Oh, do you want
Also, I should have my mic on.
Oh, that'll do it.
It was muted.
Oh, so that means we didn't get to say that. Didn't hear the.
Do you want the gain put in the middle?
It is in the middle, isn't it?
It is not. It is pointed off to like
what?
Thingamajig.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So, hello, welcome to Dork Tales. I'm Kelly. I'm your dungeon master. We had it on mute. Filling in for Winter is the unicorn because.
Ah! Sorry, new phone.
New phone.
Wasn't me this time.
New phone. Who dis?
New phone. Who dis? Oh, you got.
Oh.
It was Dork Tales.
It was Dork Tales. New phone. So yeah, hi, welcome to Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735, episode 10. Can you believe it? We're 10 episodes into this malarkey.
Nope,
Yep, that's a good word.
She's off the bus now.
Oh,
Nice. All right, so Winter basically got stuck in transit, so she's on her way. But we're going to start without her because we set a precedent with Octo James.
We set a president with Octo James.
Yes.
President Octo.
President Octo. Hail to the chief, President Octo James.
Ooh, I did mark down all the party loot that we got.
Did you?
I did.
And the party loot sheet is in the center of the table, so if you want to start translating that over.
I am translating it
Is
now.
that the party one or yours?
This is the party one.
Oh, I have
right.
things to hand over here for that then.
Okay,
So I'm going to cut all of this if we when we release this as a podcast.
Woo.
It's going to be great.
Good.
All right, I have so many different things that I'm going to not throw it in your
Please don't
name
eat it.
brand spaghetti food. All right, so hey, welcome to Dork Tales. I'm Kelly, I'm the Dungeon Master, and tonight we are playing Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735. This happens to be a homebrew of ours, if you're just tuning in for the first time, and it is a fantastic world that I love very much, and we are expanding every time. We call it Generic Fantasy Setting because the goal of this was to start out with a fantasy setting that was super generic, and then have it kind of grow and sprout into something very convoluted and strange.
It has.
It has so far. So,
It will be very organic.
yeah, we just finished doing the backstory for orcs the other day, and that was...
I'm stoked.
It's like...
It's growing. It's coming.
The Harbinger, or whatever the hell her name is just like...
The Unifier?
Yeah, well, it depends who you are.
Yeah, that's who you are.
What was it? The Whore of Orcus? I forget. There are some fun names for this woman. She's great. She's basically what if Commander Shepard had tusks. So we got chords going through there. All right. So to catch you up on this, we are playing Generic Fantasy Setting, which began when our rogue... Isn't she pretty?
So pretty.
So pretty.
So pretty.
When our rogue broke into an ancient temple to the earth and darkness goddess Nirn and stole the third eye gem on her statue. The gem exploded and flew all around the place, and when Marisol, the thief, woke up, she had been transmogrified into a tiefling, which are generally in this world seen as cursed people. From there, she went on a quest after being ran out of her hometown to go and collect these as she goes and try to find healing at a place called the Tower of Edagon the Wise. Edagon being the token Gandalf, Elminster, Mordenkainen type of wizard of this realm. On the way, she met a pair of traveling companions, Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid, former soldier, and Malia Sunsworn. Yeah, I got it right. Malia Sunsworn, who is a Tempest cleric of the sky goddess Vela, Nirn's sister and constant rival. So, in this quest, they traveled for a bit, met up with a wood elf monk named Jason, who at one point in your adventure was swept up by giant eagles, which, as we know, are the fantasy world equivalent of an Uber. So he may return someday when the time is right. And then along the way, they encountered two other figures, one of which was our elven ranger, or our half-elf ranger. So you're half good.
I am half good.
And named Zenobrian?
Xenopropher.
Xenopropher Right-Wing, Xeno Right-Wing, who comes from a very liberal kingdom to the south. And the thief is here.
Quiet. Don't you dare.
And we also have Charlie the dog, who's about to lose his freaking mind.
Quiet.
I will move so you can see.
Day.
Me and your mom are locked outside and the door wouldn't open.
What?
Who, my mom? My mom's not here.
My mom.
No.
Okay.
Obviously.
The door handle is really loose and it couldn't unlock.
Well, that's fun. There's food and coffee on the counter for you. Eat.
Fun time.
Oh, and don't touch him on the shoulder blades.
Shoulder blades. Did he get hurt?
No, he's got.
He's got
meds.
fleece. I mean, you can. Like, touch him as much as you want.
Just don't lick it afterwards.
Yeah, wash your hands after.
You know what? Don't tell Winter to do. She can do what she wants. She's a grown girl.
This is true.
All right, so they met up with Xena Red Wing, and I forget exactly how they met up with you. I think that was still being sussed together. Did they rescue you from a trap or something?
They did not.
Okay.
Zeno was on his way to actually do the quest his family had given him.
Oh, after disowning you?
After disowning him. And then he was on the path. He was going through the forest, and that's where he found all of these folks.
I just decided to be best friends with them.
And figured, well, they're going the same direction as I am, so why not go together?
We're going to spice that backstory up sometime soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it much more interesting.
We're going to make it much more interesting. There's also a chance that you know someone from either Amy's background or Christine's background.
This is possible.
Yeah.
Probably Christine's background.
She served in the war.
A war.
Quite possibly.
A war. Who knows what war? We're still working it out. That's super generic, I know.
It is
Yeah.
generic. Or maybe we got all of our alcohol from Christine's character's family.
Yeah. All right.
See, dwarves live long enough that elves actually feel like they might as well make friends with because they actually will get to know them for a while. They won't just like get to know you and then they die.
This is true.
All right, time to go out on a dwarven pub crawl. Did you book the next 3 weeks off? That should get us to the first half.
I'm gonna say just 3.
Okay, the gems we got in Valley Hut.
Yeah,
We already sold those and split them up, right? Because it was 275 gold each.
I think so.
Okay, I'm just gonna cross them off.
I gave them a party loot sheet, and it's destroying them. It's destroying the party cohesion. Winter, you can eat in here if you want.
Yeah, I'm just doing the coffee.
There's already milk in it, or cream in it. Also, you're gonna have carbs tonight apparently, because that's what I had.
Okay.
Here's the
Oh, I
little
guess
cheat
we didn't take the body, did we?
of what?
Of the spider. Did you write down giant spider body?
No, I had loot, and then I
Body,
was just
yeah.
like from the most recent one.
I guess
And I was just like,
you're
a
on
body.
hold.
I had a body listed down with my loot.
Amy.
Hi. Hi. I'm gonna move
you
for a second.
you handle her now.
She's gorgeous.
Oh.
I love her. She can stay.
She's so cute. She can come
You should
back.
touch
She's
her.
got wings.
Yeah,
I have one that's an owl.
We have one that's an octopus. This is President Octo James.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
It's great.
All
She has a
I'm just gonna
tail.
move.
right, so you've got
Spider-Man.
you've got a bunch of new sheets.
Spider-Man is mine. Okay.
So
Like,
I
um,
got wings. So.
This
So you
is
can-
basically my wife.
Move-
This thing right here.
your knee, your leg. You
We're
got.
fine.
We're
all good.
fine. We're
Okay.
fine. We're
Finally,
so. We're so.
finally
Alright.
somebody who's louder than
So-
me.
Hey, Mike, can you
Who?
adjust the tablecloth?
Yeah, just pull it down.
Just pull it back toward you. Cool. So, Winter, the sheets may confuse you because there are many of them. Basically, a lot of them are just new sheets, with 2 exceptions. This is a slot sheet because you can't have a mask and a headband and you can't have a headband, a circlet, and a crown at the same time.
Because
And a
that's
hat.
redundant and that just layers everything.
Yeah. So basically, well, you can. It's just that only one magic item in that area works. So you guys are getting enough cool stuff that I thought it was time you had one of those sheets, and someone on Reddit was kind enough to make that.
Oh.
So,
Thank you, Reddit.
yeah, thank you, Reddit. Besides that, to finish off our prologue and jump right into the meat of it, on their adventures, they took a quest into the volcanic dome of Count Mount Doom Von Doom, a halfling who had recently acquired the area through a land lease. And inside of that, they found that a bunch of Duragar. I always want to say Drugar. Duragar had been
Probably
mining
keep saying
down,
it that way.
to find something that was buried inside that turned out to be an ancient, like 13,000-year-old temple that had a dragon-born dragon girl, kind of like anime dragon type thing, frozen in carbonite or amber, one of the two. And they released her. She joined the party, and now she's their sorceress because we have 0 casters. Also, can I get a show of hands real quick? I was picking her next level spells, but
yeah.
because she's an NPC, I'm letting you decide. Should I give her Fireball?
I mean, that seems yes.
That
Okay.
seems yes.
Because I can cast that like a bunch of times.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That in conjunction with fire breath.
Because I was gonna give her fire breath,
She's
which
spicy.
fire breath allows her to like put on fire breath and just use it continuously for like a minute.
Ugh.
Yeah, and actually the material component for that is a hot pepper.
Spicy.
Such spice.
Many wow.
Many wow. No wow at this table. Sorry, I'm just thinking of that Giguk thing about domestic girlfriend. The spice level is over 9,000.
Oh, so were these the ones you were talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, maybe. I don't
This
know.
is one of them. Another one, because of how the legs were, it actually broke off the...
Oh, pewter?
Really?
Oh, that's. I don't
Yeah.
think that was the one. I think it was another one.
Yeah,
What,
it
the
came in a
fingers
set of
that
two.
Oh, the other one.
That's the
We
other
can
one.
fix
They're
it.
plastic.
Did you
Yeah.
throw it away?
I think it's in here.
Okay. I also picked up a present for you. Actually, Mike,
Wow.
do you
Yes.
want to open the door behind there? And there's like
So
a solo cup shaped bucket.
otherwise, I still have this one.
Okay.
It's been my go-to.
Yeah, we can paint that. So there's a solo cup shaped bucket,
Just don't want to be big.
and hand that over.
That is
Sorry about this,
funny
Twitch.
as heck.
What?
The bucket.
I know. How could I not? Shots, 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 shots.
Imagine all the jello you can hold in that.
So I picked this up for you
Yeah.
to use.
Ew. Fuzzies.
Well, I mean, you're leaving it here. It's mine, but like I bought it for you to use.
Ooh, Fuzzies.
So I bought myself a present that. You,
Frizzies.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, here it is. Here's the feet.
I don't think that's the right one.
That's
Is
the
that-
one. That's the
No,
pack
'cause that's
they
a
gave me.
no. That's a caveman.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's for you when you're invisible.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Isn't it
Yeah.
good? Actually looks a lot like, yeah.
You want me to put that back in the thing?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's got the
Take the
same,
shots.
Like,
I will take the
things,
shots.
basically.
Yeah, I think you should.
Oh,
I think you should use
yeah.
that until you find another one.
Can I
we're-
go invisible?
When
You
you
stealthing,
when you're stealthing.
basically.
I mean, I could give Farah invisibility as a spell,
Cool.
I'm invisible to dark sight.
right? Even you can get a ranger invisible
Yeah,
one.
we just need to make sure we secure these to the bases at some point.
Well, the invisible one will stand up on its own.
Yeah, but just
Too
for
bad because I like the pewter ones because
Well,
like,
you can
they
get
have-
another one.
Yeah,
weight.
yeah, like the weight they stand really well. But yeah, this is what happened to this one I had.
All right.
Legs just
Guess what time it is, y'all?
Legless.
D&D time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this
Oh,
is
hold
what
on.
incapacitated.
All right. It is time for some dungeons and/or dragon girls.
I am okay with either of these happening.
So this time.
I bought dungeons.
I bought
Really?
the dungeons.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
I'm not a very social character, so I don't feel like hanging out with a bunch of dragon girls.
You're already just hanging out with one. That's funny.
Yeah,
Xeno
but
is a
she's
social
one who's
character.
probably like willing to go into in a dungeon with me.
Yeah.
So.
So
Oh,
it's
that's true.
dungeon and dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
We
your
have
dungeon
both.
and dragon girls.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be good.
Best of
I have
both
added
worlds.
my group loot stuff, I think.
Cool.
Which one am I missing?
So
You
I
are missing
kept
the
the ones that I will keep.
D10.
to myself,
You have the deeper percentile there.
I think.
So, a few things if this is your first time tuning in. The generic fantasy setting, we already did that. We also have the dice bin of the dice reclamation bin, which is for naughty dice, the shame bin, which we will brand sometime soon. Shame. No, don't pre-shame. You have to let it happen naturally. So,
More dice this time.
with that, it is 7:15, 7:18, and I think it's about time to actually jump into game because we have a lot to do tonight. You all ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Last time on Generic Fantasy Setting, our explorers traveled to the town of Steep Hollow along the World Scar. Earthscar? Earthscar. Traveled along the mountains to the Earthscar. A place where the dark god of might, Yominger, was struck down by the gods Grenhart and Arcaris. At Steep Hollow, they enjoyed the sights, the sounds, and the pleasures of this fine, cold tourist destination.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did.
I haven't yet.
You met such figures as Thorn Bear Murder.
Yes, please.
Yes, you did. Yes, yeah. And then traveled around the city, shopping their hearts out to find the perfect thing. I don't know. The perfect. Oh yeah, you got a little one for
Well, for
that.
Tia.
Here's the perfect hat for Farah.
From there, you found out that the world famous, world's largest snowman at Steep Hollow had been procured by some savage yetis. With nary a thought, you chased inside and fought the yetis to a standstill, only to find that the snowman had been animated by one of the shards of Nirn. Upon defeating it, having a brief encounter with whoever that priest is. You still know him as Graz, so yeah, I'm keeping his real name until you actually hear it.
That's fair.
You defeated the snowman and awaited your reward. Stepping out past the steep ice cliffs, you can see a large crowd of individuals waiting outside. The Akaran guards waiting at the borderline of the town, as it's only in their contract to defend up until the edge. And unfortunately, it's a bit of a walk to that exhibit. A rotund halfling paces back and forth in front, and as you step outside into the afternoon sun, "Ho there! You 6, 5, you 5. My math is great tonight. Ho there, you 5.
I had to do a head count.
Yeah, right.
Did we get another one?
No.
No, I'm dumb. Ho there, you 5. What happened in there? Are the Yetis gone?
Yetis are gone.
They've been dealt with.
Oh, thank the gods. Oh, thank the gods, our snowman's fine.
We also dealt with an ice elemental on one of the trains.
Oh, this.
And the food court.
And in the food court.
Ice elementals?
Yeah.
One of the Arkaran guards will lean down. Standard fare, actually. These type of cold climates, ice elementals are pretty common, sir. Well, thank you so much. And property damage was kept to a minimum?
On our end.
As much as we could. We can't guarantee the Yetis didn't do anything.
Well, what was damaged?
The snowman had been damaged by the time we got in there.
Make me a bluff check. You're fine.
Oh god, I don't have any of my things up here.
Well, I've got a 7.
What's
so
bluff?
if you
I had a base 14.
Is that deception?
You know what? It seems like a fairly decent, like, it was damaged when we got there. Which is one of the best lies you can ever say. Hey, it was like that when I got here.
And I got a 25 on it anyway, so.
So what did you do to support his lie?
Say that, like, unfortunately, as soon as we got there, they were using the snowman remnants as part of the spell, and that's how they were able to just completely ransack the hole underneath. There's nothing we could have done.
He's going to collapse to his knees and just...
But you know what? You now can create something even better.
That snowman has been...
It'll be your legacy now. Rebuild the snowman. You can.
Well,
All of you people can.
Bigger and better.
The gold. The gold.
They're halflings?
He's a halfling, yeah. The Arkaran guards are various races, mostly human.
But he's a halfling.
He is a halfling, yeah. But the town is ran by halflings.
Fuck up, man. You're a halfling. You guys are fantastic at this.
Make me a persuasion roll. I want to see how encouraging you can be with that charisma score.
How much gold would it take to make a snowman?
Not very.
Well, really, no. Like,
What'd you get?
how much
5.
gold would it take to make a snowman?
It's -2 and I rolled a 7.
To make it.
Offering our gold.
No.
Oh, what happened to the barrels of beer?
We took them.
So are you just
Did they
rolling them?
Did they fit into our bag of holding?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like a keg, dude.
Yeah, then we just took them. We're just rolling them.
So just
These
Here.
need to be returned to the
Return to center.
their owners.
These were stolen from the tavern down the
Down
trail.
Mm-hmm. We got the.
But they were delivery for blah 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 place.
Yeah, they were delivery for the.
Forgotten his name.
so you were... Alright, hold on. I will look it up. So you had been hired... Agate Stonespun.
It was... What was the brothel, though?
The brothel was the Cave of Wonders, I believe. So the Cavern of Delight. The Cavern of Delight.
Cavern of Delight.
It was originally supposed to go to them, which is
Yeah.
why we
Yeah.
got hired for the second
Which is
batch.
ran by a half-elf pimp named Xarder.
Yes.
Which I would think we should be able to just deliver it to the cavern, and they could iron everything out with the tavern.
Yeah.
And we just send a message to the tavern. Hey, we found them up here. Stolen by yetis.
Mhm.
We handed them off.
Did anybody write down Xarder's assistant, the half-elf, or the elf girl?
I
Tippa.
Tippa, thank you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you did.
Zeno has a crush.
Oh yeah, you do.
Okay. So the halfling, the mayor, wearing his giant mayoral sash, will drop to his knees and just kind of look twitchingly down at the snow. It's going to take weeks to rebuild that.
I believe in you.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like our problem, does it, Farrah will say.
I mean, they're halfling. He's a halfling. Like, he should have a bunch of, like, people he knows who can do the search shit. They're good at this.
That's true.
Like, this whole town is, like, founded on this. They're used to snow. They should be able to build a snowman.
At least the yetis didn't bring down the entire structure before we got there.
That would have been awful.
Right? Yeah.
One of the guards is going to step forward. Her armor is that typical stark Akaran style, but she has a badge affixed to her chest that is made of a very kind of red metal. It's hard to see. It's like, it shines kind of like copper, but it's a deep blood red. Amy, you can make me a history roll.
Oh, I don't have a face it yet. Whoop. It's time.
Are we still outside of city limits?
You are across the line.
We are
Okay, I would have put my
Okay.
weapon away
Yeah.
before.
That's why I wanted to
I
confirm
was
that.
make sure we actually did the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Set.
I mean, he'd probably already put his bow on his back, when they were walking out. But
You can see that on the metal is emblazoned
It's 19.
19?
19.
Okay. You can see that there is an eye emblazoned on it that marks her as a member of the Akaran Inquisition.
Interesting. Is this the same one I met before, or did I meet a different group when I was earlier? I ran into them briefly.
Yes. Did you write her name down?
Ooh, did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
Because I did, but not on this piece of paper. Yeah. Was it Nash?
I think
no,
so.
I got somebody named Bargus.
No, it wasn't Vargas.
Vargas was the town guard.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All I had was our current legionnaire Bargus.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Then
So either I didn't get a name or I ran into a different group.
I think it was Nash.
I think it was Nash, actually. It is now.
Okay, yeah.
I like it.
Hold there a moment. I'm Meryl Nash of the Akaran Legion. The work you did in there. Contract stipulates that external work deserves external pay, sir. She'll say down at the mayor. It's standard protocol that adventurers be paid. The snowman.
Shall we retreat to your office to discuss?
You're staying at the Cavern of Wonders? Or Delight?
We are.
I'll walk with you.
Fantastic.
Much appreciated.
She walks. She basically just does an immediate step. Barks at the rest of the legionnaires who are around. Resume positions. Continue patrol. They salute and begin to shuffle off through the snowy streets. Wind whips down the corridor that is the Earth Scar. And as midday crests, you can see that a fresh snowfall is beginning to fall down. by tomorrow, without proper precautions, there's going to be probably another foot or two on the street. Where are you from?
South.
Way south.
Very south.
Very south on the coast.
Forgot what we called my area.
I mean, originally we started off at... I don't know if you're familiar with Mog or Pit Baron. That sort of region. They're not exactly well-known towns.
I've never been there, but I know of them. And I know of Pit Marin the man. And she'll walk with you. It's about a 10-minute walk. And as she's walking with you, she's just doing general chatting, asking some very specific questions. The yetis, what were they up to inside of there? You mentioned a spell.
It looked to be a conjuring or summoning spell.
Ritual of some
Ritual.
Chanting.
Yeah.
Do you have a name?
The name that they were saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Frida. Frida.
It was Frida.
Frida.
Frieder.
Freed her.
Freed her.
That's
Farah will kind of pipe up from the back of the line.
The accents were kind of strong.
I don't know the god myself, but if it's a yeti following it, probably not worthwhile. Thank you for slaying them. Did you leave the bodies inside?
Yes.
Do you want anything done with them? They're your trophies.
Oh.
I don't really care.
Is Yeti fur good for anything?
Oh yeah, you can make a great coat. In fact, Farah's wearing a yeti for boots, I'm pretty sure. Or cloak. I can't remember which one. Or maybe it was the hat.
Well, that was a cloak.
I think it is the yeti for cloak.
I guess we don't
Because she's
really
Yeah,
have
because she had the cloak and the bustier and the boots.
Yeah. She's styling.
She is.
We don't really have time to skin them and tan the fur.
Can we commission someone to do that for us and get like an advance on it?
You probably don't have enough time.
True.
You did the city a service, and I'm going to keep that in mind.
Cool.
I'm also going to keep in mind that if we find any evidence that the snowman was destroyed with fire, we'll know that you were lying. Yetis are pathologically afraid of it.
Makes sense.
However, I understand that collateral damage does happen in times of war. You did a service that we were unable to comply with due to our code. However, until additional information is brought to our attention by the mayor, our hands are tied in either way, if you follow. It would probably be best if you leave by dawn.
We're pretty busy.
I imagine so. In the meanwhile, if you need to swing by the Legion Hall, or if you have any mundane purchases you need to make, tell them that Nash sends her regards, and you should get a slight discount.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Appreciated.
Try not to cause any more trouble.
We would love to stay out of it.
Well, you certainly didn't cause any of it.
Winter, does Marisol have any obvious markings that denote her as a thief? Does she have any, besides like the hood that's drawn up over her horns and stuff?
Other than what I told you in the backstory, she didn't really get initiated into.
That's fair.
So, yeah, she was just kind of the scapegoat.
Okay.
So, not yet.
So she walks you most of the way back. Well, have a wonderful night. The Cavern of Delight is a interesting establishment. Not my taste, but I hope you have a warm sleep, or at least pleasant companionship.
Thank you for walking us back.
She'll salute and depart.
Quick.
Did that seem like a threat to anyone else? Farah said.
Yeah.
Yep.
It kind of seems like it's going to be our fault for destroying the yetis. Even though if we hadn't destroyed them, the snowman would have been destroyed anyways.
Did we use fire to destroy the snowman though?
Yeah, you lit the barrel fail on
Yep.
Oh
fire.
yeah, right. Oops.
I breathe fire at it.
There.
Yep.
To be fair, we also used fire to deal with the yetis.
This is true.
It was very effective.
It was.
Well, we should just leave in the morning.
We'll leave in the morning.
It's midday right now. We can leave now.
Do you think it wouldn't have melted, would it?
The snowman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Completely?
Yes. It did. It melted into a giant puddle.
Okay.
Why don't we just leave? Let's grab our stuff and go.
Yeah. I mean,
This is not worth it. They want somebody to blame, regardless of the fact we helped them out.
and they already seem to hate us.
Should we stop by the mayor's office and see if we can get anything for it before we leave?
I'd rather go see if
Let's
we can
just
deal with
go.
that cheater.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to deal with that.
They seem to at least not hate us.
Yeah, and
Yes, but if we get into more trouble...
it's true.
Case in point, if Nash promised that you could leave by the morning, then you probably will be allowed to leave by the morning. Generally, members of the Akaran Legion don't say something that they're not willing to back up. They're that's the whole thing about lawful neutral gods, right?
Fair enough.
They only care about their word, so you have till the morning at least as a reprieve.
Yeah.
Fair
Just
enough.
basically you want to be up as dawn's cresting those cliffs.
I guess
Gonna be
my mind
yelling.
turns to the fact that, well, are the gates open then?
There are no gates.
No?
So we will leave before sunup.
Sort of. You can climb them. They're super easy. But like the gates are basically there decoratively. Steep Hollow is in such an inadvantageous location that the yetis will climb walls anyway because they're really, really agile. But the town doesn't need walls, and there's really nowhere to put them because half of the town overlooks a mile drop. And then it's cliff, so it's you'll be able to escape. Probably. You need a flying carpet.
Well, did we want to deal with cheater guy in the casino like we did promise? Do we want to go talk to the mayor?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want to talk to the mayor.
I mean,
He
I'm
seems
fine for cash right now.
same.
I could use more, but I also don't want to spend any time in a car in jail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even if we got until the morning, how's the snow doing?
What's
Like,
an Arkaran?
the followers of Arkaris?
Oh, her?
That would be one of them. They're the
So she's Arkaris?
no,
No,
she's one of the
she's a
legionnaires.
follower.
One of the followers.
Uh.
Arkaris is one of the gods. Possibly after your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
God of
I need a notebook.
war and mostly war.
I think I want to go look around some more.
Okay.
I'll come with you if you want. If you want company.
Sure. And she'll just walk off into the crowd.
I'll go follow along as well.
You know, she seems a little moody.
I'll turn to Marisol. Don't get in trouble.
Do you want me to follow her?
I honestly think she needs some time to just have some space.
You think so? You don't think she's being weird?
I mean, she's being weird, but I think she needs some space. I mean, she seemed to know some whatever that name was they were chanting, or whatever was happening there. That seems to unsettle her. So,
Because I can follow her.
As we walk away, I will toss you. Again, you were heading back to the hotel.
Originally, yeah.
Yeah, I was. As we were heading back, as we were turning around, I'll toss this to you
Yoink.
and be like, "That's the deal with the casino guy."
Oh, hello.
So what are you going with Farah as well?
Yeah.
So who's got the 4 casks of ale?
the three of them.
Was it only
There's
3
three.
were left. So who has those?
Well,
I guess you can roll them and like you
We
two
each
can
had to be almost like rolling one.
yeah, because they're about the size of like your
Okay.
torso.
Yeah.
They're
They're pretty sized. Like they're not full kegs, but they're
Yeah.
close. But I mean, if you're right outside the cavern, like
Depending how far we are from.
like up a block,
Yeah.
you could take 2 of them. What's your strength?
I have a +1.
Oh, yeah, you could roll 1.
Yeah.
Carry 1 and roll 1.
I am not buff. I do other things.
All right, so you guys are headed back to the Cavern of Delight. Who also has the painting?
I do.
So how are you carrying this painting?
Just
How
kind
big
of.
is it?
How big is it?
Like it's like about 3 feet by 2 feet.
Just strap it to my back with the bow.
Okay. Wind. He's off the edge. All right. So going back into, are you gonna try? You probably could try to sell it actually.
Probably try to sell it, or we could return it to the. We could give it to the mayor, and maybe it's someone from the city.
You could also remove it from its frame and roll it up and put it in the bag of holding.
It's true.
What
Yeah.
was it a painting of?
It's just a painting of a woman.
Actually, make me a history roll.
That's a 19 for me.
19?
That's a 20. A natural 20.
So this will actually be an intelligence roll for you, difficulty 10.
Oh, so just add into it?
Or
Well,
history.
That's what history is, anyways. Yeah.
Nothing?
This die is not liking me.
No.
My new dice set hates me.
Well, you know what to do with it.
Stick it in the bin.
I'm gonna have to give it a few more chances.
Actually, you know what? You got it last session, so I'll just remind you. So you actually will recognize that this is a painting. It's probably 20, 25 years old at the most. It's fairly fresh, to be honest. Some of the paint colors actually didn't hit the lower continent until about 20 years ago. Like new shades of blues. For her eyes, actually, which are a sparkling shade of almost purple. You believe her name is Marielda. She's connected to the legend of Pit Marin, a legendary fighter who founded a town to the north of where you grew up. You will have recognized this as a painting of that statue you found in the underground of Pit Marin.
Oh, right. I remember you saying that last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Marielda, I believe, was her name.
So, do we think this is worth any money, or?
Yeah, you think it's probably worth
Yeah, it looks like a decent painting.
Well, let's sell it and split it.
Yeah, you do the selling. I'm not that good at that stuff.
Fair enough. And did Farah just kind of like run off?
She's just
into
walking off through the crowd,
Oh.
trying to keep her tail kind of tucked in.
Well, she seems like she wants some time alone. Shall we go find someone to buy this thing?
Sure.
Cool. And we've also got that.
Oh, we should buy a notebook while we're out too.
Oh, we will.
For fair.
We've also got that wedding gown.
Oh, you do? You do?
Yes.
You're not going to hold on to that for later?
Are you gonna propose?
I was hoping for like the Final Fantasy VII cross-dressing moments where we had to sneak you into a bridal shower.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it.
You're gonna be the beautiful bride.
I will definitely.
We'll marry you off to a frost giant, like they did with Thor.
And that's where we.
Why can't we have that Chris Hemsworth movie?
Okay, so I will
Sure.
definitely keep the wedding dress.
All right.
Because that sounds like a
New wedding
fantastic
dress.
episode.
I think that.
But let's find someone to sell this painting.
Sure.
Actually, can I get both of you? Do either of you have Arcana?
I have 4.
Because you may roll Arcana. Actually, I totally could have too. But
16.
16?
16.
Okay. So, as you take out the portrait and talk about it, you can swear there's something slightly off about the portrait. You can't tell what it is, but you know the Mona Lisa smile, the slight.
This is the not smile.
Yeah, the little slight smirk.
Like she's making fun of you.
Yeah. There's something playful dancing in the eyes of this painting. It's a really good painting. Like, it really captures the light of the, like, it's almost like light is reflecting off of actually moist eyes when she looks at you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little unnerving, actually. You wouldn't want to have this, like, behind you while you were sitting somewhere.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's.
I just got a shiver.
Do we see like an art store anywhere?
Why don't you... So, glancing around, walking through the town, you are going to come across a number of a number of businesses. Ooh, I'm going to pull out the binder of businesses.
Ooh, the BBB.
Long rest. Yeah, the Better Business Bureau.
Yes.
The Better Business Binder.
Yes.
There you go.
The big business
Let's see.
binder.
Random dungeon rooms, festivals, and holidays.
I don't think we need a dungeon room.
Warforged. Do we want Warforged in this chronicle? I feel like we do.
Mm-hmm.
It was either at a Dragon Girl or a Warforged.
I like Dragon Girl.
But Dragon Girl's cool.
Our dragon daughter.
Oh my god, she's 14,000 years old.
But for
She's
how long is
only
she?
14,000.
But how old was she before she got frozen in amber?
Probably older than
300 and something, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
A
so
baby.
she's only like 300 and something.
That's legal, according to anime rules.
Oh.
God.
Oh god.
Who said that?
I'm
Whoa!
gonna go there.
Oh, this is a list of gods. I printed off a giant list of things that I like to use, and I haven't had a chance to tab it yet because my master's is in overtime.
Overtime that you don't get paid for.
I got paid.
Oh, there you go.
I got paid. All right. So moving through the hall, you are going to see that there is there's a place there called Lord Tabernacle's Hobby Shop with 2 P's and an E. Lord Tabernacle's Hobby Shop.
Where did we find this painting again?
In the cave.
In the big area. It was an outdoor it was open sky.
Yes, that's right.
So in the exhibit, like the snowman exhibit, you're saying?
It was on a big pile of loot that they were offering to their snowman god.
Yes.
So it was important.
So, let's go in and try and sell this thing.
Sure.
I walk up to the counter.
So you open the front door and it jangles an old iron bell. Dunga, dunga, dunga. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Well, hello. My name is Lord Tabernacle. A man rises from the counter. He's a human man with very high cheekbones and a face that just screams an inverted triangle. He has a very, very well-defined dyed purple mustache that curls up halfway to his eyes and a pair of spectacles. No, I apologize. He has a monocle, as well as a striped suit.
Well, of course.
Naturally.
Ah, hello, hello. Are you here to see some models? I have models of various shapes and sizes, as well as certain games. You look like a Queen's Cross player to me, young man.
What was the girl's name again?
Sounds like a pimp.
He
Right?
looks like a pimp.
What was the girl's name again on the painting?
The girl's name, Marielda.
Marielda? Actually, I'm looking to sell something.
All right. Yes, we're mostly a selling shop ourselves, but I'm very welcome to anything that you might be able to just put it on the table.
Bunk. I have an incredibly exquisite painting of Marielda.
So you're not here to do any purchasing. He glances around. The shop itself is quite spacious, and you can see that it's got a number of various like plush yetis and plush snowmen, and it's got a heft of old wooden boxes with intricate writing on the side that say things like mechanical spider, mechanical bird, 2,000-piece puzzle of Pitmarin, things like that. Like, this is like a really cheesy hobby shop. It even has a couple of like dangly puppets at the front, like a big fuzzy yeti on like the crossbeam with the so you can like make it dance like a marionette.
I almost done with the toy store.
What?
Hmm?
What?
What?
No. I'm not even close. Why, do you want to swap in?
No.
Glancing around, so you're not interested in purchases. I see.
Or I'm interested
gonna
in
be-
somewhere that I can sell this.
I could.
I'm gonna go look around at the fuzzies.
That's fair.
Okay. I could definitely. Where did you get this? He'll look down and he'll reach up and slide his monocle into one of those magnifying devices. He'll click the monocle in and hold up and peer down into it like he's inspecting a diamond and look over it.
I'll call over. Dungeon loot.
We got it on an adventure that we've done.
Yes, adventures.
And we don't have anywhere to put it, and it's big.
That's fair. It's unnerving.
The eyes?
Yeah, I think I thought they blinked.
They do that.
What?
Well, you always think that they blink,
Yeah.
but you never quite catch it.
All right. Well, this is a nice frame. The painting is actually fairly pedestrian, lead-based paint. Wouldn't lick this if I were you. Keep it around your children. Do you two have children? They must be odd-shaped.
Nope.
Meanwhile, Molly is looking at the plush toys. Is there a tiny yeti?
Yeah, there is.
Is it a soft little plush one?
It's blue.
I am going to purchase the miniature blue yeti. That's soft and squishy.
I'll be with you in just one moment. Those are 5 silver pieces.
2 different versions of the front.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, so for this, I
Put it in a pouch.
could unload it
Maybe
for
it'll cheer up
you.
Pharaoh.
Yeah, there's 2 versions.
But that would, we'll say, 60 gold pieces.
Do you know if there's any art shops in town?
Well, most of the painting supplies and various art endeavors happen here. And he'll swipe his hand over toward the models where you can see there's a bunch of paintbrushes and little canisters of paint.
Can I roll like insight or
Yeah,
something
please.
to see if he's bullshitting us? What is that? Is it 13?
That's a 13.
Plus
I'm gonna roll bluff.
The detector.
21.
All right, I got 20. So, he's definitely trying to
undersell.
Yeah, he's trying to undersell you by a significant amount.
I think, didn't you say the quality of the painting should net us enough? Like, you seem to think no more about it. It certainly looks very fine.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the eyes.
They kind of sparkle. It almost looks like they put gem in the
Look, I don't want
paint,
any.
and I should know.
I don't want any trouble.
What?
We just want a fair price.
Yes, and I am willing to give you a fair price for the amount of legwork it's going to take for me to move this.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
Like, legit, we found this in a cave.
Well, do you think it just began there?
Well, no, but it's generally the thing that adventurers get to sell what they found.
I suppose so, but this is the Louisa Althie piece.
Oh, what?
Louisa Althie, one of the continent's premier artists.
Actually, I'm from a rich family.
You are, yeah. Make me a history roll.
Do you know who last owned it?
That's a 7.
You know what? I'll give you advantage on this, so you can roll again.
That's a 16.
All right, so Louisa Althie, you actually, your mother went through a period of collecting her stuff, and actually commissioned a painting of the brother they like.
No.
Or is it the sister they like? I can't remember.
There's the sister that
The
like.
sister, yes. Your sister actually was painted by Louisa Althie about 30 years ago.
Ouch.
Do you know who last owned this one then?
No, it was probably ransacked on the way down to something involving Pibmarin. I mean, this is Marielda. This is, the story of Marielda.
And you said this was... What was the artist's name?
Louisa Althie. Althie.
Louisa Althie's work?
Yes.
Oh, I don't really like her very much. I've dealt with her work a lot in the past.
Yes, you probably even met her, elves.
She painted my sister.
Was that during her
It was about 30 years
provocative
ago.
year? Ah, yes, it was. Was that when she was into the fruit or the bubbles?
You know what? Let's go back to this painting.
Well, I mean, we can take this back to Pit Marin.
It's true, we could.
It probably would be a better idea. These are in quite high demand ever since she was murdered.
Well, as somebody experienced with art, do you think there's a way we could get this smaller for travel?
Just take it out of the frame.
Like, but safely, so we don't destroy it. I'm a dwarf, I do rocks and stone.
Yeah.
I hit things with a hammer.
Two gold pieces, and I can get you a tube.
I flick them to him, I
All
don't
right,
care
so
at this point.
he'll take the painting off, you put it down, take a dagger out, and slice it around the edge, basically just like liberating it from its frame. He'll roll it up and slide it inside of a tube of steel. This should keep it pretty well. He'll put caps on either end. It even has like a little strap to go around you.
You've got the bag, don't you?
Yep, and you can just feed this directly in. Do you want anything for the frame?
What would you say is fair?
Let's see how nice the frame is. It's all right. Do you want a bigger Yeti?
No, this one's good, I think. It's just a gift to cheer up.
Yeah.
So, I don't think she'd want anything too big. We have to carry it around. We're on to Dog Run Bridge next.
Can you paint my family crest on my bow?
Sure, that sounds like a fair trade.
Done.
This will take about 15 minutes.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
The paint will take a little while longer to dry, but you know what? Give me an hour.
You got it. I'll be back in an hour.
Do you have a copy of the crest?
Wait. He like it's already on the bow,
Oh.
but it's like carved into it.
Oh, okay.
So it just needs to be like painted
And probably finish with a varnish or
and
something.
finish with a varnish. Yeah.
It's not a problem at all. I'll start work right away. And we're open till sundown, so you have at least 2-3 more hours to come back.
Perfect. Sounds good.
If not, we open at 10th bell.
Okay.
We're going first thing in the morning.
We're going first thing in the morning.
We'll need to remember to come back.
Yep.
All right. See you soon. The doorbell jangles as another pair of tourists walk in. Hello and welcome to Lord Tabernacle's Hobby Shoppy.
I'll tuck the little Yeti into my belt pouch.
Now let's go see if we can find a little notepad.
Yeah, let's just keep going the way Farrah was
Oh,
going.
just grab one by the door. You already paid for it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
There's like a little notepad with like spiral, like wire holding it together.
Oh, neat. Awesome.
Tuck that into a pouch as well.
Yeah, right. It has a charcoal pencil attached to it.
Nice.
Yeah. Now cutting back across here to the Cavern of Delights. As you enter, Pippa is still waiting at the front, looking just as tireless as ever.
Elves.
Hello, welcome back.
Hey.
What do you have here?
Huh?
The barrels.
I would think it's part of your missing shipment.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Xarder! Yeah? You might want to come out here. There's something fun. Xarder will wander out, looking even chestier than before, with a wide, sparkly robe on, wide open at the chest. He's
kind of very Kylo Ren.
No, very Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
Basically, but yeah, you know what? I was actually thinking he had something up above his navel, but it's basically like a robe and then like shirtless Kylo Ren from the like nipples down.
All right.
So Jeff Goldblum.
Basically, Jeff Goldblum is
All right.
Kylo Ren.
All right.
Spoilers. Well, hello. How is? Are those the barrels?
Some of them.
Are.
Oh, and he'll run forward, sliding on his knees, and we'll start caressing them. Oh, darling. Oh, dear. You have no idea.
Do we need to give you some privacy?
Oh, if I could fuck these, I would. Oh God. No, you have no idea.
There goes our channel rating.
Nah.
Oh, that was the only F-bomb of the night so far.
You have no idea how much these things
Getting wrong.
are worth in just. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Oh, so this. Where did you find these?
Yetis.
This is the Yetis?
Yetis.
Yeah, Yetis had them.
Yetis took them.
Get money. The ghost of Xenu says, "Get money."
Malia whispers in your other.
Money.
Stay in your own scene.
No, this is just their internal voices going. At this
Stay in
point.
your own scene, devils and angels. So, thank you. I'm assuming you're giving them back?
We would like to negotiate something. Since it's...
Ah, negotiation. I see. Pippa, yes.
Tippa?
Sorry,
Tippa.
Tippa, yes. thank you. Pardon. So how's that honeymoon suite you're enjoying? Complimentary.
It's been good.
Has it?
Yeah.
Excellent. And the room service is treating you well, or have you not ordered it yet?
Well, we haven't had much time to, and I was just wondering if I'm going to be working in the bar, what are some things I need to know? Can I actually get a run through with Miss Tippa?
Absolutely. We should probably discuss the barrels first.
I'm good.
All right. Then in that case, I think that the services rendered to the house earlier today should probably balance that out. Oh, one of our specialty escorts was engaged in services for 4 hours.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. That's normally a rate of about 20 gold an hour.
I just want to see what the atmosphere in there is like right now, too.
Absolutely. Well, we'll move these aside, and then if there's any additional negotiation, we can cover that later. In the meanwhile, why don't we call ourselves square, and you help yourself to the buffet and anything else you'd like.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you have a way of letting the... What was the guy's name from back below?
Yeah,
that
the
was
dwarf.
serving them? What was the dwarf's name?
Oh,
If I write that down.
Stone Spur? That one? Or you're talking about the one, you're talking about Stone Spun. Agart.
Agart?
Agart.
Yeah, we've got the...
From the Mountain Goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Agart. Okay. So,
We got
is there a way that you can at least let him know rather quickly that 3 of the 4 barrels were recovered?
Mhm.
Just so then he knows what's going on.
I'll send it back as well as his payment. Actually, I have yet to send the runner back with the payment for the goods that you brought earlier.
Yeah. I've got a pin from... Where is it? She'll dig around and pull out the dwarven brooch or whatever. That looks like it's from a brewer's guild.
Yep, the one from the runner that they killed. Yari,
yes.
Yari Hilltop.
Probably should give this back too.
Yeah. Got squished.
That's unfortunate. Yari was a good man.
Why would he have taken off with it, though?
I don't think he took off with it. Those yetis kind of...
Oh,
I think the yetis got him. I mean, that was what I thought happened.
That makes sense. Yetis are pretty ferocious. Oh, ale. Xarder's nuzzling it.
Thinking back, was the body I found...
Mutilated?
Probably.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Broken, beaten, pulped.
I don't
mostly
think he
frozen.
had a choice in the matter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's very optimistic of you.
There wasn't much left.
True.
Well, in the meanwhile, if there's anything else that I can help with, please let me know.
Yeah, totally.
I'd like to reward you for this somehow.
Not just something only you can use.
How long are you going to be around?
Just until the morning. And we leave at first light. Before first light?
I'll see what I can do for you. Instead, I'm going to leave you with this, all right, Xarder? Mm-hmm. So, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she'll walk you around the corner into the main parlor. The place is thick with a blue, heady smoke that smells of cloves and a spicy herb that you're not accustomed to. It burns your nostrils as you enter, and both of you make me a will save.
Oh, no.
It's a DC 11.
DC 11?
Is it a...
It's actually a Constitution
It's not really
save.
Constitution? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It would be Constitution.
12.
Did you roll
10.
a 10?
That's a 12.
So you're going to have a slight contact high. So this is, it's basically, oh hell, let's just roll with it. I hope you don't mind. It's you're gonna cough a little as you. Yeah, it hits.
Oh, it's dry.
Do you want some water?
Yeah.
I love it when people yell across the water.
Yes.
The halfling's weed is a bit strong. She'll walk over to the bar and.
I guess it's legal here.
Of course, we're in the mountains. Warms the blood. And
I
actually,
like warm.
and as you say that, you're going to feel a little bit of flame lick out of the tip of your tongue.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's actually quite hot. You'll actually get a slight sweat
I'm
breathing
resistant
this
to
in.
fire.
I know.
Oh, so,
I know.
Okay.
This is just like it's coming out, basically. She'll hold up 3 fingers to the bartender. Can I get 3, please? The bartender, a big surly human with a scar over one eye and a tattoo over the rest of his face, will quickly mix up a pair of martinis, dole them out, served with olives.
Nice.
Compliments.
Water?
Better.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It burns the way down, but
Cheers.
yeah. Oh,
That's
and
where you drink.
yeah, he'll hold out a tiny umbrella, drop it in your.
Nice.
Sweet.
Tippa will sit at the bar and look around. You can see there are actually quite a few patrons in here in the middle of the afternoon.
The one that we're looking for?
At the back, she'll gesture, and over there, there are about 24 people in here this time of day. And at the back table, you can see a hooded figure dressed in all black with a large pile of gold, silver, and copper in front of him.
Oh no.
Long tapered ears vanish into the hood, but you can definitely see the ears of... He looks drow. His skin is so dark and ashy that it absorbs the light around him. Now, the inside of the cavern here is lit mostly by candlelight. And everything casts kind of a dim, dreamlike hue on the blue walls. Some of the murals that are painted there seem to dance in the firelight.
Oh.
The murals are of a suggestive nature.
Cool.
Naturally.
And you can see that there are about 7, maybe 8. It's kind of hard to tell who's working right now. On top of the 24 patrons. A lot of them are just walking around in various states of undress, serving drinks, and there seems to be a fairly well-respected hands-off policy on any of the working people, unless you're paying for it.
Yeah. Well, with this, she had recently gone commissioned, or borrowed something that would work for this, so she's not actually bothering to cover up or anything.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, so the horns and everything, it's exotic.
So glancing around, you can see there are a few other noteworthies. In a large easy chair in front of a fire pit in the center of the room, you will see a massive scarred half-orc. More orc than half. With 2 of the escorts on his knees. One of them a voluptuous woman, almost dwarf in height. The other a lanky half-elven man. He cups the base of their skulls with each of his catcher's mitt-sized hands. And glances your direction. Half-orc! How much did you buy her for? I could use a third. I've got another leg for her to sit on.
Mars?
Yes? Answer the man.
I didn't?
So she's available.
I'm working.
How much for you to work this? And he'll gesture down at the loincloth.
Aren't you working?
No, he's a patron.
Oh.
He's got 2 escorts on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about bear murder.
No. Thorn bear murder speaks like this. This is just a...
This is half-orc.
This is a half-orc with tons of piercings down his serrated ear. He's got 2 tusks, one of which has been snapped off abruptly, and actually has a mustache that's been braided, kind of a full handlebar mustache, braided down about 5 inches beneath his quite chiseled cleft jaw. Like this man's jaw looks like a bear trap.
Is his name Bear Trap now?
I think we already have a bear murder.
We have a bear murder. I guess this is going
Who's
to.
better?
I would be wary of him. if
Thor
he
and bear
was a
murder is
bear
fairly
trap.
Adonis,
And
but
he's not a half orc, he's a Goliath.
he's a Goliath. There's a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
There's a significant difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but basically, he's got what looks like kind of a dwarf girl on one knee and a half elf boy on the other knee.
That looks oddly familiar.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. You see, I need to make a little bit of money tonight, but if I got some time later on tonight, well, we'll see how we're doing. I have a question for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
What's he playing over there in the corner?
That shithead.
Yeah.
He's playing a little bit of everything. Queen's Cross, 14 and 4.
Have you ever played him in it? That's a yes face.
The bastard cheats.
How does he cheat?
We figured that.
If I could figure out how he cheated, I would have ripped his fucking drow head off his fucking shoulders.
Good to know.
Mm.
Alright.
No violence. He'll cast a look up at the bartender who's reaching under the counter as he says those profanities. No violence.
No violence.
Just fun.
Just fun.
Okay. But violence it is fun.
If you want extra money there. Room 14. I like a bit of tail. He'll look down at your tail sashaying around.
Sure. And she'll be like, sure, catch you later. And then as she turns around, she'll like whip the tail like.
All right.
Yeah.
At the end of the table, you can. Oh, pardon me. Across the way, you can see that there is that table there, and you'll recognize the game as 14 and 4, which is
The one that I played? Or no?
you
or
played
the
Queen's Cross, but he's playing 14 and 4 right now, which is kind of a blackjack-esque game. It's a card game that mostly revolves around bluffing. He has quite a pile in front of him. You can see both of you make me a perception roll. Don't forget, you do have both an point of inspiration. You don't have to use it, but
I'm not gonna use it yet.
So
But
that's
that's
it. What was it?
perception.
That's an 8 from me.
Perception is not my... 17.
17. You can notice that there is a wide swath of patrons that are avoiding his table. And in fact, the only people there are himself and an escort that's hanging off of him, looking quite drunk. She looks sloppy. Like, just like, oh, you're so lucky!
Does it look like he's paying any attention to her whatsoever?
No, not even a little bit. And then a very beraggled halfling card counter. Dealer.
Mm-hmm.
You win again, sir. What do you know? Looks like I do. So what do you do?
I'll probably go up to the girl and be like, hey, it's your break time. Go grab something to eat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you've been working so hard all night.
I think I'm fine. Here, I can just...
No, really, take a break. I'm giving you your 15. Then you can come right back. Your spot. I'll keep it warm for you.
Okay, you don't steal my mark, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Go.
Okay,
Good girl. No.
Yeah. And she'll stumble off, and we'll make it... actually, you know what? She'll manage to walk. Good, I had to roll for that, but she has disadvantage.
No.
I got a nat 20, okay. So
she walks.
she's used to being this drunk.
She good.
Probably.
She must go to, like, Texas... Never mind. I
Oh.
was going to say Texas State, but, cool. I don't have friends at Texas State or anything. So, the man sitting at the table looks up.
Sorry about that.
That's not a problem. I'm not really in the mood for companionship. I'm just in the mood for victory.
I noticed. What are you playing?
14 and 4 right now, but as soon as more of the minnows start swarming around Queen's Cross, I'm likely to head back that way.
Oh, I played a little bit of Queen's Cross. Not very good, but it was fun.
Do you have much in the way of money?
No, that's why I'm here.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Are you looking to get some money?
Yeah, actually.
Oh. Well, tell you what. If you're looking to make some money, I'm not interested in carnal delights.
Neither am I.
Good. In that case, what money do you have?
She'll look in like one of her like smaller pouches. Enough until the morning.
How much is that? Put it on the table.
I'm watching this
How much
from
do you
slight
dump out?
difference.
Maybe like 20 gold.
20 gold. That's actually quite a bit. Well, tell you what. Why don't we start with 10 gold each and see how we go?
Sure.
Good. That's more than enough. So 20 gold is actually like a farm worker's salary for several months. So that's pretty solid. What was I going to tell you? There was something that I wanted to make sure you knew.
With the game?
No, not really. So primarily, though, as you're looking at him, he make an insight roll.
Nope.
Okay.
Is that a 1?
No, it was a 3, but then plus 2.
Okay. So, yeah, you're feeling pretty good about this. As he looks you over, he flicks his pale, icy blue eyes over you, and it's true, he is... This is probably the first drow you've ever seen.
Is he pretty?
He's... let's find out. He's average for a drow, but that means he's probably very pretty for a human. He's pretty in a way where his eyes are so bright that they look like it's ice floating in his in the whites of his eyes, and he's almost a little hard to look at. Like
I'm unnerved to look at him,
yeah,
or like
he's handsome, but it's kind of a scary handsome. Have you ever seen someone who, when you look at them, there's just something slightly unnerving or frightening about the way that they look at people? He has that hungry look to him. Well, why don't we play a game?
Sure.
All right. Dealer, if you wouldn't mind. And the dealer will start to deal up. Can you make me a bluff roll? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 rounds.
Would that be a deception?
Yeah, sorry. So make me a deception roll, and you have proficiency in this for sure. Okay.
Nice.
So 18 plus 7, and am I adding 3 to that too?
No, you've already added it in for that.
Okay.
Cool.
So 7 and 18.
So 25? Okay, so hands down, you're going to win the first round, doubling your money.
Oh.
He called you all in on 5 of the 10 gold, and you'll actually come away with 15 on top of your original investment.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to keep an eye on this from a bit of a distance. So.
Go ahead and make me an insight roll for this next round.
Okay.
First time lucky. Let's see if you can keep it up.
I don't know.
Whoop.
Oh. No, I'm still learning.
That's
Actually,
11 on the insight.
so you play the second round, and you think that you're going to lose this, but at the last second, he makes a bit of a twitch. Like there's a little tell that you notice as he looks down at his cards. He runs his tongue underneath his lower lip in a kind of a nervous gesture. Taking the opportunity, you bid too high, and he folds, and you'll actually win again.
Oh.
You're starting to be a little too rich for my blood here, so you are now at plus 40 gold. So, yeah, no, she's actually doing really well.
Yeah. But didn't they say that he was winning pretty much every time?
Yeah, he was.
So he's letting her win.
Maybe.
I think. I don't know how he's doing it though.
All right. Tell you what.
Okay.
One last one, because I need to get some sleep. I've been here for about 10 hours now. So, why don't we just do this? And he'll shove about half of his pile to the left.
Hold
I leaving 100 gold in various coins on the table.
Why?
Because all or nothing. You've got about 60 gold there, and I've got 100-ish here. All or nothing. But do you have anything fun that you can add in?
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
What do you count as fun?
We'll tell you what. And he'll reach into his pocket and pull out a very brilliant platinum coin. I have this, and as he flips it around in his finger, you can see that it has... You don't recognize the country right away. You can make me an intelligence roll only.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
It's probably too far away for me to see.
How far away are you? You can make it with disadvantage, Amy.
Okay. Because I'm trying to...
19?
19. This is no country you've ever heard of on it. It has a... looks like an 8-spoked wheel on the back of it with a dot in the middle.
Where is that from?
And then a smile on the other hand. I'm not sure. It's my lucky coin, though. Picked it up a while ago, and it's been bringing me fortune ever since. What'd you get?
A 7.
No. But it's worth quite a bit. Do you have anything that can match this on you?
What are you looking for?
You're an adventurer, right? Are you wearing... Did you change before you went in here, or are you wearing what you were wearing out? You're wearing what you were wearing out?
She was wearing what she got from the tailor.
Yeah.
Oh, the
'Cause it was
leather
the
catsuit.
Leather.
But you have your weapons strapped to you still, right?
Would I be allowed to in the inn to have my weapons on me if I'm serving?
That's a good point. Tippa probably would have asked you to hang them up.
Like,
So in that case, let's forget I said that. Well, I don't know. You pick things up. Tell you what. I win. You seem like a pleasant enough sort.
That's a first.
How much do you make here?
I'm just passing through for the night, so probably minimum, plus tips.
If you win, you'll get all of this, plus my lucky coin. If I win, 3 months of service as my thrall.
Sure. Let's
Okay.
make it go.
Oh
Sure,
my
that
God.
sounds
I'm
like
watching
it.
this going, what the... No,
And
no,
that's
no.
like-
You'll have to
Is
let me
that-
buy you a drink after.
Well, we've got Farah at least, right?
It's
So
fair.
we'll stay a party of 4
Absolutely.
at least.
All right, so go ahead and make me that last... Oh, you're going to spend your inspiration? All right. Okay.
I had to.
So he's
You're
going to
going,
toss
"Oh,
his
no."
coin down on the table.
Okay.
Leaving it in just... He slides it out in plain view, the center of the table. The felt reaches up to grab it. It's beautiful. That big pile of gold, and then about 6 inches from it, that shiny silver moon on the table.
Okay. 15 and 7.
So it's 22 or
14 and 7. So 22.
22. And with a resounding sigh, you will beat him.
Oh!
Can I get both of you to make me an insight check real quick?
20.
Insight is a 22.
He looks completely heartbroken. No. Oh. Well, I guess that's what I get. Well, I hope she treats you well.
Huh? What?
My coin, Lady Luck, is a fickle mistress. What's your name?
Mars.
Mars. Well, have a fantastic time with it, Mars. Maybe I'll win it back from you sometime.
He doesn't seem like he's like...
He still walks away with about 150 gold in
Wait,
his
your
bag.
drink.
Oh, you're right. And he'll pile his gold into a bag.
Yeah. What can I get for you?
Just a soda for the road.
Okay. You sure, like, is that all you want?
I have to keep my wits about me.
True. Okay. Let me go run and I'll grab it for you, okay?
Sounds fine.
So she'll go and she'll get a drink and...
All right.
What is that?
The Quotient upon
The
Fusion.
Quotient upon Fusion.
Oh my God.
And Tia's just sitting here keeping an eye out just to make sure he doesn't run off beforehand. Not that she
All right.
knows
So
exactly
elves
what
get
Morge is trying to
a
do.
bonus on enchantment, don't they?
Do they?
Do they still in 5e?
I'm not sure. But is he not? He's not an elf though, is he?
He's a
He's
drow.
He's a
or
drow.
dark
Oh,
elf,
that's right. He is a
Yeah,
dark
yeah.
elf.
Ah.
But let's double check. So it'd be right at the beginning.
So it's worth it. Just to get information. I kind of want them to keep his coin though.
No.
Really? No,
Don't
no.
let him keep his coin. Mind if I close the door a
But
little
he's
bit?
so
Yeah,
sad.
you can close it. Just watch out for the rig.
Yeah, but he might be cheating constantly with it.
Cool. So I guess not. All right. So save time. Haha. All right. So you'll come back, and he's finished packing up at the table. Well, thank you very much. It's been
Advantage on saving throws against being charmed.
okay. This is a charm, but I didn't save. So cheers.
Cheers.
Ting. And I spilled a little. And he will drink it down. And oh god, this thing is ridiculous.
Isn't it awesome?
What did it do again?
It completely messes you up.
A lot.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention my name.
Yes, what's your name?
That's funny.
Are you not feeling too well?
No, I'm feeling pretty well.
Are you sure you can handle your soda?
It is a little bubbly, but I
don't think you should go out on your own tonight. Take it from a friend.
I'm not into companionship.
No. Not like that. But let me buy you a room for the night. I'll even use the money. But I don't think it would be a safe idea going out as you are right now. I have friends here.
Make me a persuasion roll with advantage. Do you need extra dice, Winter?
Persuasion roll?
Yeah.
Extra dice.
Because you have advantage.
Actually, you know what? That looks just like your dice, so I'm not going to give you that one.
16.
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah. So 16 and my persuasion is 4, so 20.
Okay. So he will look down at his cup. Yeah, that sounds really good. I really appreciate that.
Mars.
Mars. That's I can't for the life of me remember what I was doing.
Yeah. Let's get you packed up. We'll get you to a room. You can get some sleep.
Did I have things here? Oh, is this mine? He'll pick up the sack of gold. Oh, okay.
Half of it is mine.
Oh, all right. I guess I should sort it out now. And he'll start counting out the gold one at a time. So you are going to add an additional 70 gold to your pile.
Oh my god. You bitch.
Hey, I would have done the same.
Yeah.
I'd have been like,
That's
sorry,
half,
fine.
I think. Seems like half.
No. She'll give him a few more back. There.
Oh,
Now that's
that's
half.
really generous of you. Thank you.
Okay.
And he'll put them in his sack.
And she'll look around. Just like, does he have more bags and stuff that he actually does need?
No, that seems like all he brought with him. He probably has another place somewhere.
I'm
That's
gonna
cool.
flag Tippa and be like, or if she's still there, just be like, I
Tippa's-
think it's being
So Tippa is sitting at the bar next to you, watching this whole debacle.
basically just like nudge.
What the hell?
She did it. She did it. Girl.
That
Handled your problem.
was strange. Oh, so where are you putting the lucky coin? Nice.
I figured that's where it went.
Okay. How much do you keep in there?
Mm.
You jingle.
Like, is your bra full of coins? Or your corset full of coins? Or is it just like one coin and a
That
bunch of
one
boob?
coin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One coin and a bunch of boob.
Ross goes into like a little coin pouch, kind of like for doing change and stuff.
That's fair. All right. So you will bring him up to the front.
Mm-hmm. Can I get this guy a room?
The person that's replaced Tippa up at the front is a... Wait, was Nash the other half-elf at the front?
I mean, I'm assuming Tippo would have seen this and probably would have just hustled up front.
Oh, you know what? That's a great idea. So Tippa will ring him into to a small, comfortable room.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it on your account.
Cool.
And you'll be able to help him up there. Look, I'm really sorry. I seem to...
It's okay. It's okay.
I haven't tranced in a while, and it's probably
Tranced? What's that?
You call it sleeping. I haven't rested in a while.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's fine. Normally I'm fine. It must be that strange weed that everyone was smoking down there. It's...
Oh yeah, no, that stuff hit me hard too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling it too.
It doesn't smell very good. I don't like it. The stuff down south.
I hear it makes you a better musician.
Oh really?
Well, that's why all the musicians use it, right? Ugh. You know what the frustrating thing is? Whenever you go to a place where it's banned, if you're a drow, everyone thinks that you're holding.
Really?
The number of people, when I was up north, that came up to me and said that they would like to purchase some is ridiculous. I was in Hadernine a while ago, and these university students or the prep school idiots just wouldn't follow me around. They're like, "Oh, you're a drow. Of course you have drugs." Like, come on. I have poisons. I don't have drugs. I mean, poisons are drugs, but I mean, I'm not going to yes, but I'm not going to recreationally take poison. Well, maybe one of them. Spider bite venom is. What? He's going to fall onto his bed.
Yeah, there you go.
No funny business.
I promise. Don't worry. Yeah, my word.
And take good care of that for me, please.
How did you come across it, anyways?
I won it in a game of... I think I won it in a game? I've never been to Habernine. Appleby?
No, I'm pretty sure it was not Appleby.
Appleton? I think I won it in a game of Habernine.
Was it a long time ago? Or recently?
That was about 6 months ago, maybe.
And you've had luck ever since.
Yes, look at my vast wealth, he'll say, and like splay his arms out on the bed. Did I give you your half of the gold yet?
You did, yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to keep this, and he'll roll over and curl up against the bag of gold. Make me a perception roll, please.
I figured I followed them up.
17.
So looking him up and down, dressed in that cloak, you can see that the clothing underneath it that he's wearing is traveling leathers. It's a very basic armor. Okay. But his boots, everything is very threadbare. It looks like his breeches have been patched numerous times. He doesn't look like the type of guy that would have a lot of money. Even his hair looks like it's been cut by himself. It's uneven at places as it spills out over the pillow. So it's like a dark midnight blue. Most drow usually have like whitish hair, so this is probably dyed. Everything is great. Shut the door on your way out, please.
I will. Anything I can do for you?
You've done plenty.
You sure?
Oh yes.
I'll actually leave the other part of his gold.
Okay.
Keeping the 40. Yeah. I'll put it underneath the pillow too. It's just like, shh, it's from the tooth fairy.
He's not. You know what? I wouldn't mention that because tooth fairies exist and they're actually terrifying.
Oh no. Okay, no.
They just released a piezo path where the tooth fairy, like the tooth fairies from Guillermo del Toro, are one of the villains in it.
Okay, well, never mind then.
It's from
I'll say,
the sprites left it. I don't know. The 7-Ups left it.
There will be a present under your pillow when you wake up tomorrow morning.
I like presents.
Presents
He's
are
gonna
good.
fall asleep. So cutting back
Can I look through
to
his
downstairs. Yeah,
God.
yeah, totally. Go ahead
Yeah,
and
you
make
gave the
me
gold
make me a perception roll again, or investigation. Make me investigation.
Let's do
16.
Yeah, 16. Sorry.
So you'll find a number of things in his possession. You'll find several scrolls written in Elvish. You'll see, but for the most part, there's not terribly much there. You'll see that there is one of the scrolls looks like it's been stamped in as a passport.
Oh, where's he from?
So he is from up north, a place called Nock.
Knock.
N-O-C-H. Aladeen. A-L-I-D-E-N. Nock Aladeen.
Okay, cool.
And he's been through a number of places that have been stamped on there.
Oh, traveler.
Things like, and just I'll name a couple. You don't have to write them down.
Cool.
So he's been through Skillytown. He's been through Clydach. He's been through not Grimstead. He's been through Walled Springs, and he's been through Gleemaker.
Anything to see if he's been traveling with other people or just
No,
solo?
that's just him on the passport.
Oh.
A lot of countries will require this, especially if they're walled off. Another thing that you will notice is that there is a writ of contract there, written in very fancy and elaborate common. It looks like a carbon sheet, actually, which you may or may not have been acquainted to. It looks like an etching. And you can see that in common it says, hereby, Arden of Nock Aladeen
Arden.
hereby relinquishes control of his mortal frame upon death.
Huh?
Upon death, his body shall be collected and transported into the service of Cresius the Undying, Lord of Undeath. In return, a sum of 2,000 gold coins shall be prepared in advance. The Order of Cresius thanks you for your service eternally. Signed, kind of a doctor's scribble, but it's signed Magister.
Hola.
You can make me a history roll with disadvantage because you're from the boonies.
13.
13. You've heard of Cresius the End? Do you have religion?
Yes,
Would you rather use that than history?
they're the same.
Oh, okay. Cresius the Undying is the god of undeath. You've heard of him, but this is weird. Like, this is basically he sold his body to science for money.
But then what happens to the money?
You get the money in advance.
Oh,
So you enjoy the money.
Basically, it's like
so why does he look like that?
exactly. This looks like it was signed and stamped 2-3 months ago.
And 6 months ago he got the coin. Oh, brother, where art thou? Okay. I'll hold on to this for a second. And I'll go back downstairs and do some work. But once I find one of these three, I'm like, hey, take a look at this.
Sure, that sounds good.
What does, like, should I do anything with it? Or should I just
So
leave
you
it?
go downstairs. I'll be with you two in just a sec. So you head back down the stairs.
Yeah.
And you will find your friend basically waiting in the hallway for you.
Yeah, pretty much. It was quiet.
So
I got this. He said it was his lucky coin. Maybe that's how he was winning all those games.
It won't leave your hand.
Oh, sweet.
Huh. Weird.
She holds it out to you, and as you pull on it, she holds on tight.
Sorry.
That's...
But I also found this in his belongings. He's sound asleep upstairs.
You can make me a religion roll.
I will do so.
I think I'll just leave it with him, but I thought it was interesting.
You're
I've
from
never
the
seen
boonies
this before.
too, but you have traveled a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, can you make
And
more
I-
sense?
I'll give this to you straight up.
And I've got weird heritage stuff that I don't know
Mhm.
if it would make a difference though.
Like,
So
I think I
with
can just
advantage or?
No, not with
No,
advantage.
just regular.
Just regular. I was going to give you disadvantage.
Okay,
but-
that's what I was trying to.
So just roll.
What?
So, like, I don't know if I should
Religion
just leave it with him.
Yeah.
or history?
This is going to be religion.
Okay, that's gonna be 13.
Okay. You, once again, the names sound familiar, but this is a very strange practice. This kind of makes you feel icky.
Like, he's already paid for it. Should I just leave him the certificate?
Mhm.
It looks like a receipt.
Yeah. I want to show the others. Maybe.
Okay, I'll leave this with you then, and I'll take it back up to his room later on if you think it's no big deal. But it's just, it's weird.
What?
I
Be stretched
don't
and worried.
understand. I'm a little high.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Yeah, so... And I got some more work to do in there now to make sure that we're paid for and good. So,
Hey, blog.
awesome.
Hey, blog.
All right. So, as you chat in the hallway.
I'll go to her and then I'm going to basically step out of the scene for that.
Okay, that sounds good. Then I'm going to pivot back to you two who have been so patient over here.
Thank you.
So, wandering through the town, what was your next item?
I wanted to find something, I don't know, like a coffee shop, cafe style thing that doesn't look whatever this world's version of hipster is. I don't feel like Malia would be into that.
So, you will find a really decrepit looking place kind of on the edge of one of the cliffs. There's no railing actually, but so this basically is a little stand with piping smoke and steam coming out the sides. It is about the size of a storage shed.
Okay, I'm meaning like actually looking for a place to go in and sit at like
Well, hold on.
tavern slash
Oh, okay.
coffee style place.
Well, okay. This does look pretty good though.
Tables, etc.
It smells wonderful.
Well, if I found this place, I might grab something and then go on to the... Because what I want to do is I want to go sit down somewhere where I can get a snack, get something to drink, not necessarily alcohol, and sit down with that notebook and write a basic list of the gods, what they cover, etc. Quick Cliff Notes history, as far as I'm aware, because I figured with my being a cleric, I probably studied some of the stuff and I have some religion and some history. Do a quick couple pages in there to give Farah the Cliff Notes.
That sounds great. So after a little bit of searching, you'll easily find a coffee shop if you're not going to stop there for some food. So it's just a little coffee shop called the Birchstone. And like everything here is kind of hipster. Aside from that one place I was just talking about, which is a hole in the wall. But this place is kind of it's.
I just don't want somewhere that's painfully hipster.
No, it's a wooden cabin building, kind of built like a chalet, and there's a lot of like hot chocolate drinks with like milk foam and froth and whipping cream on top, and a lot of cookies and pastries here, with a rather fat human woman with big rosy cheeks who bustles around behind the counter and shouts demands at obviously her children who are working the till in their mid to late 20s. A rather rotund man with a chubby teenager with large mutton chops that are just starting to grow in, smiles at the counter. What can I get for you?
Do you have anything with meat?
With meat? Yeah, don't you know? I've got a pastry right here, and we've got ones with lamb, we've got ones with beef, and we've got ones with elk. Eh?
I will try the elk.
That sounds good. I'll get that for you right now. And would you like any beverages with that?
Do you have coffee?
Of course we have coffee.
Excellent.
Coffee is the same as coffee for dwarves, right?
I think so.
Is it like a beanie substance that gets you all wired? Well, hoot on a hamster, I've got that. And he'll pour you a mug of coffee. Do you take any sugars or syrups or anything like that in it, eh? All right, well then you have a fantabulous day, and I'll have that. Which pastry was it that you wanted? The one with the elk? Have you ever eaten elk before? It's pretty gamey. So I know that dwarves generally like less gamey things from what I understand, but I've only met about a dozen dwarves in my life, eh? So if you want...
I'm a hell dwarf. I'm good.
I don't want to make any... sorry about that, friend. I wasn't trying to make any approximations based on your race or ethnicity, but like I just wanted a bit of help, eh?
No worries.
All right, well, hoot on a hamster. I'll get you that right away. And you're writing that down.
Hoot on a hamster.
Oh, God.
Hoot on a hamster.
Yeah, you're going to be on that like a hoot on a hamster.
Can I have one of these? Or are they used?
Nope. Here you go. Handsome lady. And you guys have these two.
I already have a couple.
All right, so I'll have that right up for you. Oh, hey, Bob! Bob, can you grab one of them elky things? Sure thing, eh? All right, thanks, buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm your brother, eh? All right, so are you in there with her? Or are you shopping around elsewhere?
I'm probably just shopping around elsewhere. I'm not really looking for anything in particular.
All right. So, I'm going to stick with her for a minute, then I'll jump over to you, Mike.
Okay.
If that's all right. So, Christine, they serve up your food, and before long, Malia has a bit of time to write things down. So, make me a religion check just to make sure you get all the gods. Because you don't want to leave any out.
Nice. Plus 4 makes that into 22.
All right, so 22 is all of the major gods. So with that, there's Vela, the god of the sky, and her two sisters. Soth, the god of the wind and the waves, also known as the howl of the waves, the god of nature and animals. There's Nirn, known as the eater of light, and of course, not to leave Vela out, the breaker of night. There are the three, in some legends, brothers, and other legends, siblings. Arcaris, the god of oaths and battle. Thias, the god of knowledge and wisdom. And Zalos, the god or goddess, depending on where your legends come from, of trickery, love, and lies. There's Gren or Grenhart, depending on which branch, whether orthodox or unorthodox, Gren worship you follow in dwarven communities. The god of merchants, who was once the god of might, and is the forge master. Mm-hmm. There's Casmiria, his wife, a beauty that many elves follow, and their marriage serves as a link between the timeless races. There is also some of the others, such as the Orphan, the oldest god, the one who was here when the world was found, the lonely god, who is a child born of death. And there are all of the others as well, which are ones like Hisk, the god of murder. There's the... with 22. There's the Stranger, the god of thieves, who no one speaks of. There is... oh god, there's so many gods. You're going to get them all down, though. All of the mainstream gods are going to be there. You'll even have time to jot down ones like Kaz, the god of adventure, who many elves worship as well, and is totally distinct from Casmiria. It is
totally distinct.
It is an open secret that they are probably the same person. But it is dwarven tradition that you never mention this out loud, lest Grenhart find out. Because what his wife does in her spare time, she's a loyal and faithful wife, but what she does in her spare time is her business. And generally in dwarven society, the dwarven women believe this. The dwarven men usually say, oh, that's a bunch of shit. It's completely different gods. No way a woman would run off like that. You know, And the women are all like, yep, absolutely. You know what's right, honey. Because it's just easier.
We haven't all done that.
Yep. So you'll get all of the gods. And you'll even know about Cresius the Undying, who is a god that arose to power some 5,000-6,000 years ago. Okay. An ancient, powerful necromancer who ascended to godhood through dark magic. And you know that he has a country that he controls in the north.
Okay. And I will just put whatever rough notes I know about, like, stuff. like history,
So you will absolutely
current events.
Okay. So yeah, you will absolutely be able to get that in there. So you'll have all of the gods, which you can check on our wiki soon. And so as you're doing that, you're walking around the town. And what are you walking around the town looking for or doing? Just killing time?
Yeah, I'm just killing time until my bow's ready, basically. If there's anything that I see that looks interesting, I'll go check it out. I'm not sure what shops you have in mind in this area.
Absolutely. Well, why don't you go ahead and make me a perception roll and let's see what you find. What'd you get?
That's a 12.
So,
Your perception is disgusting.
what'd you roll?
I rolled... Oh, that's not a 12. That is a 10, sorry. I rolled a 4.
Okay, remember a 1 is always a fail.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a 10.
All right.
My perception's 6, by the way.
That's not that good. All right, so wandering around the town, you're going to find there's a couple of local town guards, not our Karan guards, but the actual like town militia, that are very busily scrubbing graffiti off of a wall that says a lot of profanity about the mayor, to be honest. Mayor Lionel deserves to be shagged by a yeti.
Oof.
And there's graffiti under that says, "I wouldn't do that to the yeti." So as you're
He
going,
didn't seem like he'd be a good lay.
no,
He was kind of weak-willed and wimpy.
It's true.
I mean, I guess if you're into that, but
So as you're moving through town, I'm gonna look. Oh, actually, there we go. As you're walking around, you'll see that there's some delicious smells coming from a little ramshackle hut on the edge of the cliff. There's also a sign that says "This way to the Temple of Casamaria." Well, the Shrine of Casamaria, let's be honest. As well as some noise that's coming from one of the little town squares down a flight of stairs and to the left.
Just some noise?
It looks like a bit of commotion, like a crowd gathering. You can hear someone shouting in a pleasant way, as like a caller would.
Oh, okay. I'll go down and check that out.
Okay. So as you head down the stairs, you can see that there are a series of wagons that have managed to make it down these steep inclines. And you can see that there's a very, very large but very fat, stockily built human man who's standing on an old tree stump shouting at the crowd. "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, welcome all. I am here to invite you all to Thilly's Traveling Circus of Wonders. What excitement, what adventure, what mystery awaits." And as he flings his hands out, there will be a plume of smoke and sparkling lights will shoot out of his hands, mystically illuminating the crowd. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening right now, so the sun is cresting the horizon, and in the dimness of that oncoming twilight, it is actually really interesting and fun to watch the fireworks just burst out of this man's hands. Obviously a cantrip of some kind.
Kelly?
Yes.
How much longer is the shop open for my bow?
You think probably about half hour to an hour?
Okay. So I'll probably watch this for your description.
Yeah. So
And then head back
make
and
me
get
a
my bow.
perception roll.
Because I want to hear you describe this. That is a 17.
So perfect. That's what you needed. So glancing around, you'll see that he has quite a few, mostly teenagers, a lot of vagabond-looking runaways hanging out with him. And as he gestures to them, they rip the sheets off of these wagoned carriages. There are a dozen of them. "Ladies and gentlemen, beware, beware. You're in for a scare. Inside of this, stolen from the Northlands, from the realm of the undead lord himself, I bring you death." And as he swings his hand, you'll see that the curtain is pulled aside and a skeleton will slam his fist against the cage that he's inside of and will yell at the crowd. Some of the children in the front row scream, and he will look at them, glare, pull his arm out of its socket and like reach it through the cage to try to hit them with his severed arm.
And I'm just there like, it's just a skeleton.
They've never seen one before.
That's true.
But that's not all. Here, willing to drink your blood at a moment's notice, every drop, little kidlings, I bring you the horrifying Sturges of Westwidge. And another is pulled off, and you can see a mesh cage, a bunch of creatures about the size of rats with these leathery, sinuous wings with little holes in them from rot and age, with long, disgusting talons and deep proboscises with kind of a serrated tip to them will fly around swarming. And he'll keep doing this. He'll go through it and pull several more of these off. Some of them are things like, yes, of course, over here we have the venomous vipers. And there's a cage full of snakes. It's not really that impressive. They're very colorful. Here we have, and he'll pull another one off, and you'll see that there are quite a few different creatures around here. There's a basilisk in one of them, a small one, that has been blinded and can no longer do its gaze attack. This is it's about the size of a large dog, and it lashes out at the audience very ineffectively. One of them as well has this this large slug-like creature that he'll identify as a piercer, that has one beady eye that glows orange in the light in the center of its forehead. He has another one that's it's a cage full of pixies that will smile and giggle at the crowd, kind of pulling the children back into the fray. He has another one that is a small pony, but its mane and tail are live flame. The horrific nightmare. Doesn't seem quite right, but the kids eat it up. As well as a strange creature sitting in one of them that is literally a mechanical sphere with legs, arms, little wings sticking out the side, and one eyeball in the center of its face with a little mouth. The monodrone! Hi, it says at the crowd. And he opens another one. You can see that it looks like a barrel. It looks like it's a barrel today, folks, but fear not. Or perhaps fear. And he'll reach into a little box he's carrying with him and pull out a rat and throw it into the cage. And the barrel will snap around the rat, eating it as quickly as it can. Obviously a mimic.
You like being eaten by mimics?
I do.
Yeah, she's not here though.
Yeah.
Probably for the better.
For the better.
But the piece of resistance.
I think I was helpful tonight. You were.
But the piece de resistance. Everyone, please put your hands together for the fiercest creature in the north. I give you.
That was the crowd going wild.
Oh, he's trying to scratch himself, but missing.
It's like me every day of my life.
Are you trying to scratch yourself right now, Mike?
No.
Do you want to let him out?
No.
Okay.
Good time.
He's half asleep and just trying to do his back leg against his back leg. It's pretty cute. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put your hands together for this most terrifying hunter in all of the frozen wastes. And with that, the last helper pulls an ice white sheet that almost blends into the snowy backdrop off, and you can see that bound in thick chains with an iron muzzle riveted on either side of its face is a white dragon wormling, the size of an adult man. It's chained down with a thick collar, It can barely stand up inside of this carriage. And it looks around. Its muzzle, it looks like has sharp screws jutting into its scales on all sides, so that if it tries to open its mouth, it will pierce its jaw. It's make me a nature roll.
14.
14. He looks very malnourished. Actually, you'll have advantage on this because you have dragons.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, she. It's a female, and it's very malnourished. It looks like it hasn't been fed properly in probably weeks. Probably underfed to keep its strength down so it doesn't burst out. White dragons are not the smartest. They're probably one of the most animalistic of all the dragon colors. Vicious hunters that hide in ice wastes and hunt. They like to freeze their prey solid with their ice breath and then eat them frozen. And as you see this, you'll notice someone in the front row of the crowd stiffen. And you'll see the yeti fur cloak and the angry swish of a tail beneath it. What do you do?
I will run up to Farah.
You can see that her hands are balled up in fists, and like the long claws on the end of each one of the tips of her fingers are almost digging in between like the slight scaling on her palms. As you come up to her, she'll flinch. Is this what they do?
This is what some people do.
This isn't right.
No. And I'm a dragon hunter, and this isn't right. My family's dragon hunters, and this isn't right.
Hand me the PHP. Can you make a distraction?
We can't do anything about it right now.
Like hell I can't. Just make a distraction.
We can't release a dragon in a crowd. We'll end up killing every person here.
It's a baby.
It's a baby dragon.
Okay, when they move it.
We'll wait outside of town until they move out. Tell you what, I'll come back a bit later on. See if I can find the guy running the circus. I'll see if I can find out when they're leaving. Okay. Go back to the inn. I'll see if I can take care of all this. Okay.
If you don't, I'm going to come back and do it myself. You can be with me or against me on this one.
Tell you what, let me go pick up my bow from the bow shop. We'll meet back with the rest of the group, and we'll decide as a group. How's that sound?
Make me a persuasion roll.
That's a 10.
Promise me.
I promise. We'll figure this out as a group.
And she'll head back through the crowd.
I'm gonna go pick up my bow and bring her with to the rest of the group.
As you finish writing in your notebook, you'll see Xeno walk by from your place on the out front on the landing. You're actually quite warm out here. Dwarves have that extra layer of fat that just
insulates.
It's like they came from the ice mountains to the north, the cold hearts. So as you see Xeno walked by and you're sipping your coffee, which is staying miraculously warm under these braziers they have put out on the patio. Oh, my dear, you must come out to Westwidge. Oh, Westwidge.
Go.
I suppose if I want to slum it. The couple next to you laughs.
She going.
All right,
Just rich bitch.
You start heading off into the snow. You feel yourself sink about half a foot into the snow as it's still coming down fairly
I'm waiting.
strong. You're waiting until you get to the actual pavement. You can see that there are a number of urchins who are running around to each building at this time of night. They run up to the front, knock, hold out a hand, and a couple of coppers drop from the shopkeepers who pay them to shovel the walks. It's a pretty lucrative business that keeps the urchins fed and taken care of in the cold climate. Mm-hmm. As you look around, though, and head towards Zeno, you'll recognize one of them as the one who tried to rob Marisol earlier in the day. He's quite banged up. One of his eyes is swelled shut. But he still is carrying one of the shovels with a shaky hand.
I will toss him a couple silvers.
Let me see if he recognizes you.
You're a kid, that was hilarious. Get something to eat. Put something in your eye, too. Otherwise, you're not going to see out of it for a week.
Thank you. Oh, shit me, it's real silver.
Shit me.
Shit me, yeah. Hoot on a hamster.
Hoot on a hamster.
All right.
Oh god.
So as you're walking, you'll hear crunch, 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 crunch. Yes.
The circus was within city limits, right?
It was, yes.
Okay. Didn't want to interrupt.
They are likely going to be parking outside of it. So like right now the circus is going through, but there's not really anywhere for them to like set up camp. So they'll probably be outside the city at night and in the morning.
Convenient.
Isn't that?
Are you going to try to make gossip with anyone before you meet up with Christine, or are you going to meet up with them first?
We'll meet up with them first. Okay.
So you find Malia walking toward you next to a fairly mild coffee shop as far as the pretentious ones go. I don't need that anymore. I have everything I need. So she walks up by you.
Hey, did you find Farah?
I will gesture beside me. I did, and we have a problem.
What did you do now?
At least we don't have a problem. Yet.
There's a circus in town.
I've been good.
And they're holding a young dragon in a cage.
What type of dragon?
It's a white dragon.
Okay.
Farah's.
Wait, you said Circus?
Yep.
One of those ones with the freak show type.
Yep. They just have a bunch of creatures. Their main attraction is a severely malnourished white dragon. It's very young.
It's a wormling.
So yeah.
Can you talk to those? So if we let it go, you can convince it not to hurt us if we give it food? I'm assuming you want it to let go.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is...
Do you have anything to open cages from a distance?
Yes.
Awesome.
I can do it probably... If Zeno had made a distraction, I could have gotten out of there immediately. I could open...
right in the middle of the city might not be the best.
So here's what I'm thinking.
But they'll have to park outside.
That's what I'm
There's nowhere
thinking.
for it.
They're gonna have to take it outside. Tonight, I say we go free a dragon.
Sounds like an adventure.
Talking incredibly quietly between us. Yeah, tonight, I say we go free a dragon. Which, coming from a family of dragon hunters, is completely contradictory to everything that I've been taught growing
I
up.
think you got along with your family, though.
I don't.
So isn't this kind of spitting in their eye?
It is, but my entire being growing up was to be a dragon hunter. That's why I became an adventurer.
Make me an insight roll.
That one.
That one.
Make me an insight roll.
Where's my insight? That's the only thing I don't like is that it's out of order now.
Yeah, I've been having trouble finding it.
We're using a different type of sheet.
We are.
26.
Cool. You will very noticeably notice.
Very
Well, it's been a
notice.
long day. Shut up. You will very obviously notice that Farah has shifted from standing next to Zeno to standing behind you and putting you between them.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently this hadn't come up in dialogue until this session.
Yeah.
Surprise!
So what I want to do after hours.
We might need to change your profession that you grew up doing.
Well, that's what I grew up doing.
Jester over my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know.
Changes.
Obviously, there's been some changes in the party and in friends now.
I mean,
So,
We didn't know you existed. Like,
either way,
to be fair.
I want to go free a dragon tonight.
which, by the way, here.
What's that?
It's
Oh.
the notebook and the fuzzy thing.
Oh, would you write it in?
The notebook.
In common?
Oh yeah,
Probably.
Read it.
She can read Dwarven as well, I think.
Oh, can she?
I think so.
If that's come up, then I would have written it in Dwarven because hell
She
yes.
so hold on. So she will accept that with a smile.
And I will mention-
The fuzzy thing is a souvenir. Because we killed a bunch of yetis.
Oh, it's really cute.
I will grin.
Thank you.
Just be like, hey, we killed a bunch of shit.
They almost sound like that. When you light them on fire.
That's super true.
Her alignment is so shifting down toward chaotic.
Mine.
What? No,
Hers.
Farrah's.
So,
I'm lawful good. I'm a good person.
I'm thinking we go. Hey, I'm just on my way to pick up my bow right now before that shop closes, because I need that before we leave before we leave town. But I want to go back, talk with the group, and devise a plan on how we free a dragon. And
Well, it sounds like Farrah's got it covered.
yeah, she's got it covered, but we also need to make sure that it's gonna be okay.
She can talk to it.
She, yeah, I know. So,
Ooh,
Should be fine as long as you can make a distraction.
I can create a fog cloud.
Yes.
ooh,
I can finally use the spell.
So Farrah can speak because I keep not printing her new sheet off.
Homework.
So she can speak Common, Draconic. Oh, she can't speak Dwarven. I'm sorry. Just Common, Draconic, Elven, Celestial, and Infernal.
just.
Well, she took a bunch of extra languages. She also learned Common in a remarkably fast amount of time, which I realize is slightly incongruent, but I figured there was a month between game, and she's got the feat at, like, Arcane Scholar, so I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's
sure
fair.
she's good at picking up languages. Also, just so you know, whenever you have downtime, you can pay to learn new proficiencies or languages.
Oh,
It basically takes, it's in Xanathar is how long it takes, but it's about 25 gold a week, and it takes about, I think, 6 weeks or a month to learn a new language.
okay.
And like basically it's 100 gold to like be taught in a new language.
Ooh.
So, or alternatively,
What if we teach each other?
you would probably still have to pay gold to buy the writing supplies.
Fair.
And you would have to be like dedicated downtime.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
I would say that like, yeah, you probably
That's
could.
fair.
Things like armor proficiencies or weapon proficiencies, you would need like a master to teach you. Just having your friend teach you how to swing a sword isn't going to work. You have to have someone who knows how to teach.
Yeah.
But language is a little easier.
Cool.
Especially because then you have all the great moments where you troll people.
It's true. Alright, so let's go
Okay.
get the group, wait until sundown, find out where they're camped, and let's
Sign
go
up to
save
the
us a dragon.
Receipt. Yeah. Not working.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of spitting in my family's face, isn't it?
Yep.
That sounds...
Imagine how pissed off they would be.
Oh, that sounds great. Go from dragon hunter, family of famous dragon
To
hunters,
dragon
to dragon
saver.
savers.
Savior of dragons.
I'm down.
I will reach up for the. I'll reach up for it. You'll reach down.
Yeah.
High five, low five.
Oh, either way, it'll sound something like this.
All right. So with that,
I
you
like
head
sitting
back.
next to
You
you,
head
Mike.
back
This
to
is
the.
great.
You head back to the Cavern of Delight. What are you two doing when they get back?
I went back into work.
Yeah.
That's what I said I would do. I don't know if anyone's really
Working.
like. Has anyone really noticed that the dude's gone?
Yes, actually. It's been about 3 hours, so you go get your bow, by the way.
Were there
Yay.
people watching us play?
Yeah, and
Oop.
actually, it's gone from 24 patrons to about 82.
Fuck.
Like, the place is booming. There's loud music. It's like,
They
kind
have
of like...
all that alcohol now.
Oh, yeah, and people are getting ripped.
Cool.
Like, they are getting absolutely ripped.
Yeah, baby.
You can see that...
Pay me more.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any marks in mind?
Hmm?
Do you have anybody in mind?
No.
Okay.
No, just honest to goodness work.
Honest to goodness.
Honest to goodness. Hey, it's a very honorable profession.
It is.
You shutting the window?
Yeah. I don't know where the...
Mike's code.
You have the stick?
But I did the
Yeah,
thing, and I didn't screw things up
Thank
for
you for
once.
the...
I mean, we don't know what that coin does, so.
Well, it's mine now.
Nice. This is cute. This
Yeah.
is cute. All right.
That was written very well, okay?
I thought so. Yeah, it was good. So you've got a lot of people pawing at you as you're working. Are you gonna move anything around? So as you're walking through, you'll feel a large meaty half-orc hand slide over your ribs.
Oh, it's that guy.
Looks like you're free now.
Oh, look at the time on my wrist. I've got to go.
Hey, girlie, I got good coin.
Oh, you do you?
Yeah, if you're willing to sweat for it.
Gross.
Oh, honey.
Yuck.
What time is it?
Right now, you'd say it's probably about 7 o'clock at night.
I got to work early.
Yeah.
Thanks, son. Okay.
Well, it's the winter, right? So people show up pretty
Yeah.
much at sundown to start drinking and gambling.
Truth, because there's nothing else better to do.
And it's cold outside.
Look, me and my mercenary crew are leaving pretty soon here, like in the morning.
Oh, you too. Okay, well then I guess we gotta get to work. Let me see. Can you meet me in 2 hours?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Room 14.
Right. I didn't forget.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
All right. I'll be waiting for you.
Good.
He suddenly became like Cockney. I don't know why.
I like it.
That's fair.
Yeah, as you do. I'm Jason Statham. Yeah. All right. So as you work the floor, basically flirting and
And I'm checking in with you every once in a while, see how you're doing, and if I find anything like this one's being a creeper or something.
Yeah, I'm just being.
so
I'm
what are
hanging
you
out.
doing? What's
She's
Tia doing?
honestly sitting at the bar, just like
Laughing.
laughing mostly, and like
Just not getting
drinking.
involved in this shit.
Yeah, and drinking a bit and having a pretty good time.
Eating all the room service.
Would you say my tail's dexterous?
Yes, not that Dex.
Well, like if I was like trying to do like multiple things, can my tail come around and like pick up a cup?
Yes.
That'd be
if it's,
so cool.
If it's empty, yes.
Cool.
So basically, you can you'd be able to
Not
like
quite
close
strong
doors and
enough to-
push in chairs with it, so
Yeah.
long as you didn't have to do it like in a hurry.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
you could totally be holding like one of those lightweight silk scarves to trail behind you or something as you walk.
There are magic items, by the way, that are literally things like the Cloak of Billowing, where with a word your cloak billows dramatically. Like it's so dumb. I love this game.
Oh
Mars
my
needs that.
Yeah.
Everyone needs that.
Everyone needs that.
I need to up my
Otherwise, I'm just
charisma
waiting
before I
for
use that,
everyone to
otherwise
come
it'll just look
together again
weird.
and decide what we're gonna do.
Make me a perception roll, both of you.
Yes.
You do it with advantage, Amy.
Okay. Although I have been drinking, so depending
18.
on how
Damn,
perceptive at this point.
That was a 19 minus 1.
that's pretty good.
So perception.
Yeah.
The 20 altogether.
So, with your natural instincts, having served in the army and done guard duty, you sit at the back, keeping your body against the railing of the bar, keeping your legs swung out just in case you have to stand up in a hurry if insurgents come through the front door, crossbows drawn. You never know.
Don't have a crossbow, but yeah, basically.
No, but that if they come in with their crossbows drawn, right?
Oh, I see.
There's just that tension that never manages to leave your shoulders.
You're waiting for something.
As much as you're having fun, you're just always...
On alert.
Your eyes keep flicking toward the door about once or twice a minute. Just always watching. And it's with that flicking that you will notice, and you will notice just from walking by, there is there's a female dwarf who is sitting at a place by the bar. kind of a little table. Honestly, it's a high table that she has to use the little footstool built into one of the chairs to step up to.
Yep.
She has ruddy blonde hair and thick, meaty cheeks. She's definitely hale and a bit overweight, you'd say, but it comes across as muscle. Her hair is cut short in a military cut. And the only thing long about it are the sideburns, which dangle below her jawline. She's got a little bit of peach fuzz around as well. She's dressed in dark leathers, and you can see that across the webbing of her left hand is an intricate spiderweb tattoo.
Spiderweb. We've seen this?
Make me a history roll, both of you.
18.
You will recognize...
Not for me.
So you are
That's
going
7.
to recognize this as the sign of the Black Spiders Thieves Guild. A fairly prominent thieves guild that works this area. Normally they're north of the Earth Scar. But sometimes they send agents down south. The Black Spiders are particularly known to be smugglers, hiders of goods. Their symbol is based on... well, they use a spider's web, even though they're more like, what's the word? Hobo spiders? Which ones are the ones that...
Trapdoor spiders?
Trapdoor spiders. That's kind of they're really excellent smugglers.
And everything's just hidden underneath the surface.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You'll glance down and she'll take a drink, and you don't think she notices you looking. But you'll notice that as well. It's an obvious symbol that you've seen before. Like, this is... There are tattoos, and then there are marking tattoos. And this is obviously a symbol of some kind done by someone who knows what they're doing. Not just a couple of random teardrops or like, oh, look, it's the sign of my god, but it's backwards. No regrets.
This tattoo is supposed to protect me from harm.
Oh no, it protects me from Garm. I hate that guy. Alright, so as you're glancing around, you'll see your 3 companions walk in the front door. Or walk around the corner anyway. The place is jumping. And what do you do?
Don't really want to discuss down here, so I'll kind of signal and point up. Like,
The room.
This is an obvious signal that we should go
and go head
reconvene.
upstairs.
Yep.
Alright.
And once convened...
Alright, so in your honeymoon suite...
I will order food.
Yep, that's not a
Be
problem.
like, I did my job.
You can see that there are fresh linens placed down, and it's quite nice. There's fresh towels out.
Nice. Lovely.
I'll go over my gear, make sure it's all packed up and ready to go.
And you will see that there is on the bed a large cloth-wrapped package. Actually, it'd be parchment paper wrapped.
Yeah.
Very vibrant stripes of pink and purple.
Is there a card?
Yes, there is. It's written in gold. So it's written in kind of a gold script that says, "A thank you for services rendered. Signed, Xarder." The package is about this big, about the size of a small shield.
I will open it.
It is a box of very, very thick paper, like a cardboard box, basically. Do you open it?
Yeah.
There inside, you will find about 60 pieces of chocolate.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I took care of the cheater.
Don't eat that. That's
Did
a
that
rat.
potion
That's a
come in
rat
handy?
dropping.
Oh yeah, buddy.
That's
I actually
chocolate,
beat him in
chocolate.
his own game first.
Oh,
And
nice!
then dropped
Why does it look like
You high five.
excrement?
I mean, which we can't right now, but
Because what it's made from is just it's
It's
like a brown
brown.
color.
It's really good, though.
it's tasty. You should have
so
some.
good.
Oh, yes. It is the best ever.
Yeah.
Usually,
Oh.
I'd be the first one to eat it.
Oh yeah, you found a coin.
I'll toss a few to you guys.
All right, so you got one with nougat.
Nice.
All right.
Well, yeah.
So
Could you check out this coin that Mars got?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Arcana?
Go ahead and make me an Arcana roll.
And it's like squeezed in her fingers.
Oh yeah.
Not
No.
one.
You have,
No fucking clue.
yep, you have
Can I
no
do an
idea.
Arcana roll? I didn't do one
Sure.
before.
ooh, I'm gonna try it as well if that's
That sounds
okay.
great. No, you're not holding it tightly. It's
16
just
to me.
holding it.
Oh, okay.
That's a
16.
14 for me.
14, 16?
Religion?
16, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, just Arcana on this one. That...
Doesn't look religious.
Okay.
No, it doesn't look religious at all. It looks like a magic... It looks like it's been magicked, you'd say? Like, those are arcane sigils on the side. Does anybody have Detect Magic?
Does that
That's a
exist?
spell.
It is a spell.
It
It
is a
is
spell.
a
Oh, it's
first
a
level
spell.
spell.
Okay.
I do not.
I do not have it prepared.
I do. And I think I have a couple. I still had like one slot left from before.
I do
Or
not.
two.
Ooh, but you know what? I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on myself and clean myself up.
Oh, I love that word, prestidigitation.
This
Good
is
guess
a,
around
oh,
here,
this
too.
is a ritual.
Ooh, me too,
Or,
me too.
oh, I can use it as a ritual, but it doesn't have to be.
Hmm?
I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
One action or a ritual. Okay.
It's cold
Yeah,
in
I'll
here.
just cast it.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
I cast it. Yeah.
All right. So, can I have the core book real quick? Actually, can I see the spell?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just need the card. All right. For the duration, it glows with magic. So, looking at it, you can see that it is it's a transmutation effect. You can make me another knowledge arcana roll.
Transmutation.
Okay.
You are not exactly sure what this is, and this is an identify.
Oh, is it knowledge arcana? Or
Yeah.
arcana, just in general?
Yep.
It's 20 altogether.
There's something off about this, though. Like, without identify, you can't tell exactly what this thing does. But maybe if you could see it a little closer.
No.
Can you just at least hold it up closer? Attempting to. Attempting to identify.
It
Figure
it looks really strange. Also, why didn't you just give you the damn coin? This is stupid.
Come on! It's dumb.
It's glued in her fingers.
Mm,
It seems like
Is that a magical effect or something? Probably. Or are you just being really stubborn?
it's really cold against your skin. Like, not in a pleasant way.
Anyway, I guess the point is
Where
that
you
Mars
know-
found something weird.
where are you
I thought
putting
we
it?
were dealing with the,
actually.
Okay, so you were just gonna
we
throw
were
it in your purse
dealing
or
with
something?
the cheater.
Well, we found
It's
something
lucky
So
coin.
she can keep it to
Weirder.
her, but like not.
Weirder.
weirder.
Oh, and we
Oh.
found this receipt on the the cheater.
So where would that be?
Like, who
It's in your
sold his
pocket?
body to like
Yeah.
Okay.
But
The
underneath like
god of the undying.
Oh yeah, like your
or
pocket and in your
something?
pants, right? So
Oh,
it's
blah, blah, blah.
it's gonna slip in with
Blah,
a few of the
blah,
other
blah,
coins
blah,
that are
what's
there,
his face?
and you'll
And
hear
am
it.
I just like
something like
aware where it is, or like
Yeah, it's quite heavy. Like it weighs like probably
Cresius the Undying.
Cresius the Undying.
Cresius the
It
Undying.
weighs probably like a few
Yeah.
ounces
Yeah.
compared to a normal coin.
I don't know if you know anything about this. We were gonna return it back to him once
Yeah.
you guys checked it out.
Not my forte.
if we
Anyway,
bring that back
yeah.
to him,
Yeah, no.
the certificate, I want to
Cresius.
give him that letter at the same time.
You can probably sneak it into his room without even knowing.
Exactly.
He became. He rose to godhood through like weird ass ritual, like not good ritual.
Yeah, but have you ever heard of
Nancy.
anyone like signing away their body to it?
Make me a religion roll.
I do want to have him keep it though, because he's already sold it off. But I'm going to
Keep it.
transcribe this just so we have the wording.
11?
Yeah.
Can I borrow a piece of that paper or
No.
whatever?
The edge of the packaging or something?
Oh yeah, sure,
Okay.
cool.
No.
So she'll just go and she'll write over exactly word for word what it
No,
says on it.
But I mean,
That sounds like something he'd do.
he's literally just buying eternal servitude.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's pretty clever, actually.
And I do mention also that part of the deal he had made to me, if he won with the coin and everything in the pot, that I would have to be his thrall for 3 months.
Yeah, she risked that.
Glad you won.
We were very glad that she won. Anyway,
Mike.
sorry.
That's
What?
the nicest thing you've ever said to me, thank you.
Thrallhood is something pretty standard with, especially with Drow. don't do slaves nearly as much as they do thralls. They do slaves too, but thralls primarily. So drow are really big on like their own internal economy, and if you ever have to like borrow money or are dishonored, you can be taken as thrall to work off. Basically, it's indentured servitude.
Okay.
Where some drow prefer to work you to death so that they don't have to free you and give you any money at the end of it. But generally, that's, when done to other elves, that's seen as rude to work them to death. Also, when you're a drow, giving up 10 years of your life in service, not a huge deal. It's like working summer as a painter.
Yeah.
Right? It
Like
sucks.
what's 10 years?
It's like a summer.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna just write this out in case we learn more information about this, but I think fair is fair. He should keep it because he paid for that already.
Yeah.
The switch was already made. The trade is done.
Okay.
But I just never seen something like this before. So I'm gonna return it, but he's way the
maybe
out.
maybe we can just return it on our way out tonight.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Because we have something interesting to do tonight.
Huh? What are we doing?
How does rescuing a dragon sound?
Can we rescue a
Baby.
dragon in
A baby dragon.
less than 2 hours?
I mean, you don't have to come.
If we strike before dawn.
Yeah, because I have to come somewhere else.
Yeah, where
Now's not the
naturally.
time.
We need to do it at night when they're most likely going to be parked outside of town.
Right before dawn.
So where are we getting this dragon from?
Hold on. Let me actually explain before you just ask random things.
Okay, I'm listening.
There's a traveling circus in town.
Okay.
Bunch of random creatures. Their main attraction's a young white dragon.
How
And
would they have come across?
who knows?
Okay.
Probably hatched it or killed its parents.
Probably either of those. And seeing as we happen to have someone close to us who is of a slightly dragony affiliation,
Okay.
she doesn't really want this dragon imprisoned.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's fair.
And I would think as friends, it's our responsibility to help it be released.
Friends help friends release dragons.
Exactly.
Is it gonna be okay on its own?
Can we keep him?
We can't keep
Is he
him.
strong enough to be freed? Or she? It?
She's a white dragon.
She.
What do you think, Vera?
No, she'll do fine. This is
Okay.
snowy terrain.
Okay.
They're
What if
good.
she's been in captivity since hatchling, though?
She'd probably rather die in the wild still.
Alright. Can you communicate with her, or will she just understand you?
Probably.
Can any of my
She should speak Draconic.
Because we should make sure that she'll be okay if we release her. Or
It
Is there
sounds like
something
it'll be better than whatever she's in right now.
Yeah.
truth.
So,
Okay.
And we want to do it at night because they don't have anywhere to park in town. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing that the city guards would like to have in town.
Alright.
So they're probably going to be parked out of city limits.
no, Farrah was saying we can probably do it right before dawn.
And so we'll do it right before dawn when we're leaving anyways.
Well, yeah, so it's like only coming up
Perhaps
to
on the
8
way
o'clock
out.
now, so
Yeah. And
plenty
so
of time.
So we'll
If we can look like
leave
we
a few
put
hours
ourselves
earlier.
to bed.
Farrah has the skills to let her out. As long as we create a distraction, I can make a fog cloud around the area.
Just make sure we're not seen. Doesn't
exactly.
necessarily have to be a distraction if it's early morning hours.
Or any of the other ones to be freed. They had a basilisk.
I'd rather not let a basilisk out. It's blinded. But even a young basilisk running around town is a very bad thing.
I mean, it's not going to survive.
Snakes.
Those
A
eyes.
skeleton.
The snakes aren't going to survive. It's too cold for
The
them.
pixies seemed happy enough and they could leave if they wanted to. They're
Yeah.
probably being paid or fed.
Yeah.
We
mean,
can
the-
take a look.
The mechanical thing was interesting. I don't know what it was. What? Do I know what it is?
You can make me that's gonna be a history check for that guy.
A mechanical thing. Like that mechanical spider that we
That's
destroyed?
where's my history?
It's gonna be high.
That's probably not a 15 then.
Nope, that's not good enough. Unless you want to spend inspiration.
I do not for
Okay,
this.
does anybody else want to... So he can describe it.
Okay.
I will describe what it was.
Make a history roll then.
Okay.
And does Farah know what it was?
No, that was after her time.
13.
Okay.
Was it
So
the
no.
one? Sorry, was it the one that waved hello?
Yeah. By the way, it looks like this.
Oh, it's kind of neat. It
I will describe that.
looks like a Ferdinand.
It looks like its name should be not Sully.
Mike
Mike.
It should be-
Wazowski.
It's Mike. Yeah,
It is, isn't it? It's just a different skin.
basically.
They bought the DLC.
Yeah.
So I will describe that.
Oh.
Weird.
No? Don't recognize it.
It seemed
Um,
okay to be there.
Yeah, it didn't seem to care either way.
Speak with animals. Work for dragon. Dragon. Because it is creature.
Oh, I can also
but
speak
not
Draconic.
I would say yes,
Mhm.
but basically it would just allow you to speak Draconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can speak Draconic as well.
We should be pretty good then between.
Yeah, I think we should be able to do this. We also need to make sure that it has a muzzle riveted onto its face.
Okay.
We need to make sure that's off.
It has a locking mechanism. Doesn't? No, it doesn't.
It didn't. It was riveted on.
I can get all of the chains off.
You get the chains off. I can try to get that muzzle off.
Does anyone need to take a nap?
Considering
have
it's
something
metal,
to eat?
would I have any bonuses to that
Probably.
as a dwarf?
Probably.
Alright.
But we need to get it off.
I'm sure we can figure it out. Look how far we've come.
And I'm sure it wouldn't mind a nice meal if we could find some meat.
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
That's fair.
Okay.
We'll wake you when we're leaving.
Yeah. Get some rest. Eat now. And we'll go out in a couple hours. You need more than that, Farah. You need meat.
She's
No.
got like 15 in her hand.
Chocolate.
Don't eat those before you go to bed, or else you won't be able to sleep.
And you'll get cavities.
They're
Your
not
teeth
good
will
for you.
close and fall out.
Mm.
Yeah. Be
Only if you
careful.
don't brush them. It's fine.
I think I'll be fine. She'll smile at you with like chocolatey teeth,
Ew. Oh, darling.
and then she'll breathe a little gout of fire that'll burn it all off. Per the
That's
weights.
better. That's better.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
Trick.
We'll.
I mean, I figured the dragons have good oral hygiene,
Yeah.
or they really don't.
Who knows?
Well, I would assume they'd have
Like bits of people stuck in there.
a bit of people, but I mean,
I've had the knight stuck there for just
I-
like a popcorn kernel.
I would assume
Like
the
The shield, yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume that like the dragonborns would have something on their teeth to prevent it from fire from damaging them.
Yeah, yeah.
Enamel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They got fireproof.
Yeah.
Well, especially the black dragons because they have like acid breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, based on how long we've been traveling with Farah, I feel like I figured out what sort of food she likes.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just order something.
She's really big
extra.
on sweets. She's very extra. I mean, she's a teenage girl. Like
I'll just order something that's really easy to eat.
cake
Yeah, sure, whatever.
or like sweet rolls, stuff like that, like
Yeah.
cinnamon rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'll just order something that's really easy to eat that she could eat quickly when we're
Does
leaving.
this taste like fireball to you? We could also call that cinnamon.
Fireball.
I thought you would
Oh,
enjoy
you
that.
missed it. The pregame. I had the players vote on what new spell she picked up, and they voted on Fireball. So now she has Fireball.
I think I was here for that.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Because she has Fireball.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You-
why I made that joke.
You call it.
Okay.
It's like 8d6 damage or 12d6.
If we're taking a little bit of downtime, then I do that thing I said
Okay.
there.
All right,
Then
so
I
you will
suggest
easily
that.
sneak that back into his room and leave without a sound. Make me a perception roll. I want high.
No, you don't.
All right.
4.
All right. So what else are you all spending your night with? I'll start over here and work my way around the table.
I will see if I can get my hands on some tools. Like a file. A pair of clippers.
Yeah, Tippa will be able to hook you up with anything you
Metal
need.
clippers. I've got some repairs to make on my armor. Can I just buy them off you so I can take them with me?
You know what? Just take them.
Oh. Awesome, thanks.
The barrels. They're.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, you're paid up.
Awesome, thanks.
And if you ever need a place to stay when you're going through Steep Hollow again, don't forget to come look us
Good
up.
to know.
I don't think I'm going to be awake in the morning.
Sounds good. We're leaving pretty early, I think.
It's almost the end of my shift. I've been here for about 25 hours.
Yeah, time to get some rest.
It's all right. I do well.
I will otherwise go and find food and take a short rest.
That sounds good. And are you just hanging out with Mally out there?
Yeah, basically.
I'm looking to get some sleep, though, so it'll be good to actually get some sleep. Do you know any place I could rest?
I happen to know one place. If you're not too interested.
Was your room properly turned down?
It was.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We do off.
Turned up.
Well, I mean, I think...
I better make sure that the girls did it correctly.
I think Dino found staying in the main suite a little crowded with us females.
It's true. I
Perhaps.
was actually thinking about, maybe...
There's a spare bed somewhere else that he could use.
Let me give you a tour.
I'd love that so much.
Best wingman. You almost
You're
screwed
the-
that.
You left wing the right wing. All right.
Oh, God.
And then he
almost
did.
screwed that up.
And then he did screw it. All right. So you're going to have it a relaxing evening.
Yay!
I mean, good job. I think you're the second person to get laid. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mallia
yeah.
will just go create a toolkit and eat.
And it didn't cost you anything.
Oh yes.
Nice.
She
All
just
right.
wanted it.
That's the best way to
So
that.
what do you do?
Tia's honestly preparing spells because she figures we're going to be doing a dragon heist.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's pretty stoked about this, actually.
Yeah, wizards. Actual dragon heist, not just a coin heist.
We're going to steal a dragon.
We are gonna free a
Free.
dragon.
We're gonna.
Steal
No, we are
and
going
free.
to liberate a dragon.
Yes,
Yes.
that's it. Yes.
That's better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey Kelly,
So, yeah.
Introduce
talk
Dork
a little
to
bit. Do you want me to move the camera a little bit so it's a bit more centered?
At this point?
Sure, why not?
I just noticed there's
And
a
Witcher,
bunch
what
of...
are you doing?
I cashed in on
Oh.
that other job.
And
Oh, are
Tia-
you going to?
Oh yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me make a stamina check.
And Tia's also going to try and get laid. At some
Oh,
point.
what?
Wow!
Okay,
Once everyone wanders off and does their own thing, she's
All
just
right.
going to be like,
I got one for you. So, so you are going to like knock on room 14 and. I thought you weren't going to come here.
I kept my word.
I'm going to show you a night like you've never seen before.
You better.
10 minutes later, you are like, sorry, just it's been it's just that you're so pretty.
Oh, poor guy.
Well. Better luck next time.
Yeah. that was the most.
What did he roll?
What's that?
What did he roll for his stem?
An 8.
Okay, can I just make a little suggestion to make this even funnier?
Yeah.
Okay, now your thing
Yeah.
should be, well, you can make it up to me. Let me teach you something.
No, he's gonna fall asleep.
Whoa.
He's gonna fall asleep. Yeah, I rolled it.
Damn. 'Cause that would have been hilarious.
Look up, I could do a round 2. Just I just need a little.
Alright, I think Mars needs to find a better lay for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the meanwhile, Tia, I'll be back. Sorry. I'll be back to you in a moment.
That was hilarious.
So Tia,
Oh, I'm excited
Yeah.
for this.
so there are a few people just hanging out. Like it's pretty late, and the bar is even more packed than it was earlier. There's
Oh my god, winter.
there's over 100 people here,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll notice that there are a couple of. Basically, you've got your pick of the litter. You could go with working people or non-working people. First of all, the working people are obviously dressed provocatively.
Go for the spider girl. What? Oh. Should I go after the
dwarf.
dwarf?
Show you a real good time.
Or just go after the working ones who
So-
are good at what they do.
Tell you
go
what,
for
so
working
looking
ones.
around, you can see that there are quite a few people here. The ones who are working that are obvious is you can see the massive frame of Thorn Bear Murder lumbering around.
That's my boy.
I mean, you could snatch him up before Winter gets a chance to.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's do that.
Do it.
Really?
She missed her chance last time.
All right.
Yeah.
So as he's polishing a table, what do you?
Oh.
He's,
Go.
She's gonna walk up
I've
and be
got
like,
firefly
hey.
quotes now in my head.
Wanna bang?
Greetings.
Pretty much, yeah. Hey,
Hey,
wanna bang?
you look like you could take it. Good. Let's fornicate.
Agreed.
With his constitution bonus and proficiency bonus, because it is a skill, that's a 22.
Jesus Christ.
He's got good stamina.
Can you make me a constitution save?
Oh, God.
Lady
Oh,
Jester.
not well.
How mobile are you gonna be?
That's a 12.
Oh, that's okay. All right, cool. So basically,
He'll go
like,
easy on you.
you're
I don't know.
He's a gentle and
She's
giving
half
lover.
orc.
that's true. You know what? Roll that with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, do it up.
They got birth and hips.
That's better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Do not conceive though.
Constitution. 18.
So you will head back down 10 minutes later, and you swear that you can, like, from your room.
My room.
Well,
Oh,
from the
the-
honeymoon suite,
Uh-huh.
you swear you can hear quite a ruckus going on in there.
I recognize that ruckus.
Malia has left because, damn.
Wait, isn't Farah asleep in the room?
No, it's
There's several different rooms.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I thought we were all in one.
It's
room.
one of those
we were,
honeymoon
but-
rooms with like the side
Yeah.
rooms to it.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
This is sweet.
Thankfully.
All right, so looking around, what kind of friend are you looking for?
You know what? I actually kind of like the guy that I drugged upstairs, but oops.
The drow?
Hey, he's kind of hot.
I mean,
But I'm not gonna go and like.
Molest him while he's
Yeah,
drugged.
no.
that,
No.
that,
Not-
that is
not-
called...
Let's
That's
not
not
set
my-
that precedent. on
Yeah,
the
no,
channel.
that's not my.
Yes.
That's not my thing. But oddly enough, I learned something about myself today.
As a
Okay,
thing for drow.
sure, why not?
My friend. A cup is raised to you from across the bar, and Xarder will wander up. I want to thank you for all of your service tonight and for taking that oaf out of here.
Who dis?
Xarder,
Oh.
the one who the
The
owner,
proprietor. With the cut chest.
Yeah.
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Okay,
Oh, the one that was gonna like fuck the beer.
Yeah.
he's got a cup in his hand and is sloshing around with it. Let me buy you a drink. Let me buy you a drink of the ale that you brought here. Ah, this is a good night.
It is. Did you see how much more people were here than they were before?
Yes, because you got that hornswoggler out of here. I appreciate it. I really do.
I think it's just some of us come across Lady Luck sometimes.
I haven't met her, but if I get the chance, I'll do that. I'll do my best. He elbows you in the ribs to punctuate the innuendo. Hey.
I'll pass the message along.
Yeah, please do. Now, wait, before you go,
What?
I wanted to ask.
Oh no.
That Xeno you're traveling with.
Is he available? Is that what you're going to ask?
He does look... Well, let me just put it this way.
Okay.
I'd love to see if he and I, if we rub together hard enough, we could make a full elf.
Indications of
Oh boy.
Of Xeno swaying
bias
that way.
on Xeno's
Oh.
part.
Oh,
No.
well, he is upstairs with a friend.
Can I come up behind you guys at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, he, Tippa.
Yes.
Is
He
it-
was
Oh,
quite
you know what?
appreciative.
I realize I've been sexist, Mike. I need to make a constitution roll for Tippa.
Oh,
I got higher on Tippa than I got on Thorn Bear Murder. Tippa Greenleaf whipped out a 20 plus Dex. We're gonna say 24.
okay.
She's a
Come on.
gymnast.
Yeah, man.
Do I have to make a save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Because-
what? You're a dude. Make me a wisdom save. What'd you get?
10 minutes later.
I think that's
17.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No,
I mean-
that's pretty okay.
Bruh, you might have caught something from this. Feelings.
Oh!
Awkward.
Too bad we're never gonna be able to come back here.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
So you're going to come up behind and say up with it, but he might be flexible. It's fine.
No
Plenty-
indications yet.
Well,
How about this? She goes behind the bar and pours a couple drinks. Makes
the
it all
bartender's going to give you this look. It's fine, it's fine.
She'll come over with 3 drinks.
All
Like,
right.
why don't you take this upstairs? Knock nicely on the door.
You're getting
I,
interrupted.
Tip is my cousin, unfortunately, so it doesn't really work that way.
Oh, you're related. Okay, then I'll take one of those drinks back.
Well, no. Oh. What I guess it's... You hand him the 2?
Yeah.
He'll down both in sequence. God, I was worried for a minute.
There you go.
I mean, second cousin. Well, no.
Don't risk it.
It's not worth it. Who knows
No.
with elf genealogy? Plus, you don't keep it in the family that way.
If you can't keep it in the genes.
So on that note, I just wanted to say thank you for all of the work that you've
Yes,
done
you
for
did.
us.
And you wanted me to have a drink.
And you did, so that's great. Now we're even. So with that, is there anyone that I could set either of you up with? I know most of the people in this town. What's your preference? Dwarf men? Halflings? Gnomes? I think I know a gnome.
I'm good.
Ah, yes, the cloth. Praise Vela. Praise Vela and all of the sunshine that shines out of her sky and clouds.
Yes, please. Yes.
He very narrowly avoided some blasphemy there.
Yep, that was kind of giving him a look of, are you gonna go there?
Well, in that case, barkeep, Reggie, give me one of those. You brought this over, and so he'll pull out a frothing mug. This is the mead that you saved.
Give it a try. Girl.
So,
It's really heady, and it has a mouthfeel like rich cream almost.
Ooh.
I will continue sipping at it, but I'm gonna be careful because I know we're supposed to go rescue a dragon in a couple hours.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Like a couple of these might knock you out, but
Yeah.
one of these
But I'm
is...
gonna nurse it because then otherwise people will buy me. Will either try to buy me more or try and push me to buy.
Cheers
more.
to you. You're a friend of the Cavern of Delight. Now, speaking of friends,
You're really trying to set me up with someone, aren't you?
well, honey, I counted how many heartbeats you were upstairs, and it wasn't enough to walk down the stairs on.
Very observational of you.
I mean, you probably made more... How much did he pay you?
Whatever the...
So, and you just stuffed it in your pocket and ran. So you reach into your pocket, and you are going to pull out your lucky coin and a handful of glitter. That's all that's in your pocket. It flutters down through the air. Make me an insight roll.
Insight roll?
It ate your money.
Did it? Yeah, probably.
Your pocket had probably about 4 or 5 gold coins in it.
That's not good.
Interesting.
I like glitter. Makes me want to dance. Reggie, have the band play harder. Let's boogie.
I checked those to have boobs.
Yes, they're covered in glitter though.
Ugh, it's
Sparkle
never coming
tits.
off.
Yeah, basically. Sparkle tits.
Interesting.
Oh.
Well,
Alright then.
you're not wrong.
Maybe don't keep him with money.
So,
No, honestly, I don't really know people very well.
what's
They
your
don't-
what's your style?
What does that even mean? Those people don't even know.
Tall, short, fat, thin, male, female, not sure. Don't care. Okay. Well, we can see that you're horny, so let's find someone who can take a little bit of butting.
Butts.
What are you looking for? Exotic? Normal?
I mean, she spent 4+ hours with Bear Murder.
As long as they're not like
He's
xenophobic,
occupied.
Because I've run a lot into that on this
Yes.
adventure.
Well, I mean, being as you are,
Exactly.
that's to be expected. So in that...
So this is kind of...
Valia's just calmly putting in little comments here and there that nudge him in directions.
Well, what do you think? And he'll lean in.
Well, she did spend 4 hours with bear murder the other day. You have anything like that? He's occupied with our other friend.
She can take a beating.
That.
What?
I think she kept up with him too.
It really depends what she's into.
This is basically D&D after dark.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Dungeons and debauchery.
In this case, almost just dungeons.
Yeah. Actually,
The deep dungeons.
Yes.
tell you what, why don't we set you up with a friend of mine?
A friend of yours?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a good friend of yours?
I mean, not that good, but good enough.
It's a pity that Tia's already upstairs.
I saw the way that you were looking at Arden earlier.
Yeah, but that was actually a lot of fun.
Hmm.
I didn't expect to actually win. I'm not that great at games. Said he wasn't interested.
Let me introduce you to my friend Rishan. I think that they are right up your alley.
Okay.
So he will walk you across the room, and you can see
Malia just watches, entertained. That's hell.
over by some of there are actually like some aquariums over by the wall, and standing in, or well, kind of half laying across a lounge in front of them is this person. Long, slim ears that begin to slightly serrate at the side, as well as just the slightest sheen of blue to her flesh.
Oh.
You have never seen a sea elf before, have you?
No.
Fancy.
Someone's getting wet.
They look they look up at you with like the patterning coming from the aquarium dancing through their hair, and you're pretty sure it's a woman.
Cool.
You're pretty sure, but
I'm not gonna judge.
it's this beautiful form that just kind of defies like gender expectation looking. That
ambiguous, like it's just.
oh yeah, like super slim body. Like a mermaid would likely not have giant boobs because it's not aquadynamic. Whereas this is like the perfect, like the very slight shade of a bit of chest coming out, but just like a perfect aerodynamic form.
Cool.
And they look up at you through some curly reddish hair that frames their face. I'm definitely stealing that Aquaman look. And she's wearing, I'll say she,
Damn.
probably, a long kind of golden coppery gown.
Okay. Nice.
Kind of looks like fish scale almost. Have Roshan. This is my friend Marisol.
They only know me as Mars.
Oh, sorry. This is my friend Mars. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, you're not from around here. Nice. Tell me, what's home like?
Wet.
Really?
Make me a persuasion roll here.
Do you have your tail just kind of waving behind your ear at that point, just over your shoulder?
Yes, it's just like
Basically.
Persuasion?
Yeah. You can give me advantage on that. I'll give you advantage on this because she's.
Okay, let's just say she's actually really flustered. And she's just kind of word vomiting, like. She didn't expect that. Sorry, you had to excuse me. Sorry.
Is she dumb?
Right now she is. It's temporary.
Actually, wait. You know what? Do you speak Elvish?
Probably.
So in Elvish, "Tram, sometimes," which is Is she an idiot? She's not speaking intelligibly. Ah, yes. Well, my dear friend, do you speak Elven?
No.
Okay. Så dice, but that's me, cross the near. These motivativa.
I shouldn't have done so much.
Karamita.
Sorry for bothering you.
Tell me about where you're from.
It's from the south. Very, very warm. Little village. And I made jewelry with my family. Actually, see this earring?
Yes, it's very pretty.
Mm-hmm. These stones were local to the caves from my home.
Ah, so you come from a cave.
Yes, no.
Ah, this land is so savage compared to where I'm from. The spires underneath the sea are truly beautiful.
Really?
Yes, built into the coral. You have not lived until you have ridden a dire shark.
Well, if I'm going to be truthful, the first time ever near the sea was just getting up this way on that boat. Down.
Well, consider this. Perhaps tonight I can be an ambassador for you.
Yes.
Can you answer
Roll
me?
the 2 and the 1. Yes.
She'll hold out her hand to you. Can you answer me a question, please?
Yes.
How long can you hold your breath? And we're gonna cut over. Now, what you did not see, and you will see across the bar, is that as they're speaking Elven and she's looking flustered, Xarder is going to slip her a couple of gold coins.
I don't care.
Yeah. So you have a great night.
Cool.
You have a great night. She can hold her breath indefinitely almost.
I bet.
Yeah. Water elves or sea elves, they're gonna be a great part of this game. It's basically like Tritons, but not stupid.
Not as stupid as me.
That was great. It's good to have friends that will bribe their other friends to sleep with you. All right, so back to dungeon.
If he turns back around, though, I will kind of raise my mug at him and just...
He'll walk back up to the bar and saddle next to you. You're cute.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, I mean,
That's
if
a
you...
first.
Well, oh, come on. You're not that bad looking. You're just... Listen, bitch, you just need a little bit of makeup and to not frown so much.
You're gonna let me call you bitch?
You have resting dwarf face. We can fix that.
I'm good.
No, I'm serious. Watch this. Watch. And he'll reach inside of his shirt. And he'll pull out a long cylinder that looks kind of like it's made of like a willow reed. Do you trust me? Too bad. Can you make me a charisma save?
What did he just do?
I think he just beautified.
That... Oh, I actually get a positive to that saving throw now. Oh, yay! 7.
Cool. You're going to be smiling for the next hour.
Ouch!
So you're just going to be like,
You look prettier when you smile.
That's that spell!
See, look, it's great. Love this thing. Wand of smiles.
Rude.
When-
I glare with my eyes.
He grins, shining a couple of dimples at you. See how easy that is. Tell you what.
Wow.
Ding! I didn't need it.
No, you really didn't.
I want you to have a fantastic time. Look, if you don't want to be with anybody, have as much booze as you want, have some meat, have it on the house. You have brought patronage to my establishment like it is not seen in several weeks. I'll be able to pay my gambling debts. Just sad that I have those, considering I own the casino. I owe myself a lot. And I owe you a lot. You're a new friend, and I'm happy to have met you. Malia... Dwarfstorm.
Close enough.
Dwarfs.
Alright, he'll clink you with like a little gnome-sized shot glass.
I'll just laugh and take a
That
drink.
reminds me of when you just like look around the room trying to make a name. He's like a dwarf out the window storm.
Your name is Pewterboob. No.
Oh, that's
So, and,
I don't think I spilled anything.
but I'm serious. You have a cute personality. If we just gussied you up, you could make quite a lot of people very happy.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't Vela a goddess of beauty as well? Like the radiant sun and sky. Shouldn't you?
enlighten people.
I mean, if the sky can be painted, why can't your face?
Oh! Is this where you smile and punch him? No, can't do that.
Please do not punch him.
Oh my gosh, this is such a good night.
I'm already enough trouble with my family.
This
I
is
don't need to court more.
Why? Do dwarves have a problem with that? What was your mother like?
Don't talk about her mama.
Do dwarven women not wear makeup? The ones from where I come from. I mean, I grew up in an orphanage and a whorehouse, so everyone wore makeup, including the nuns. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think they were real nuns.
Are we allowed to be talking about nuns that way on our channel?
Sorry, it's a bad habit.
Yeah, I think we already established my family was relatively well off and high up. They're a little stuffy. They're also a little unhappy about the fact that I follow Vela. Didn't
Why?
have much option in it, but it's
I
not
guess-
exactly a respectable goddess for dwarves. Didn't have much choice.
I'm guessing there's not much sun underground. That probably explains that. So who do you worship? I guess just Gren beforehand?
Well, I mean, I was basically marked from birth.
Ah, because of those weird eyes of yours. They're really handsome, actually.
Rude.
Why can't we paint your face?
This is such a great night.
So who do they worship down there? Gren?
Yeah, for the most part.
Gren's nice enough, I suppose. I appreciate the mercantile element. I personally, I'm a fan of Basir.
Now, which one was that?
Basir is it's Basir or Bashir? I gotta double check that real quick. Is the god of wine and debauchery. He's actually like, or he or she? I think it's a she actually. Well, I think it matters because I think that in all of her statues, at least one of her boobs is exposed because she's in various states of disarray. Because
That's the party boob.
she's got the party. She
left
let the
one.
party boob out. It is Basir. Wine, parties, and wink.
Winky face.
She is a lesser god, basically. She's you know what? She's the god of drunk girls.
I will
Sorority chick.
tip my tankard to him and be like, I never would have guessed.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I think I met her once.
Cool.
Have you ever met Vela? That is a big no.
No.
I was just on the other side of Dogron Bridge in a place called Blackberry Falls. Blackberry Falls, it's a famous wine country. They do blackberry wine and a little bit of ice wine certain times of year, and it's a fantastic place. It's very 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 erudite. And as I was there, I was cavorting in the vineyards with a couple of farm hands, and trying to secure a settlement. It was back in the days before I actually had a distribution line. Now I got to send money. Back then I had to actually work for it. So I was buttering up the owner of the vineyard's son, and then out of the vines, this woman came, and she was more beautiful than any woman has ever been to me in my entire life. And I knew right then and there that I was doing the right thing, which is why I can understand. I feel like I understand you. You understand, friend? I feel like we are kindred spirits, both in love with... I look at you the same way that a happy husband looks at a happy wife in a different marriage. I understand the love that you feel. I'm not quite as much of a priest of Basir as you are a priestess of Vela, but I understand your devotion and love.
This heckin' guy.
Alright, he has to come back. He can't die.
It's us who can't come back.
I'll tell you what. If you ever make it up to Blackberry Falls, look up the head of the vineyard. It's he's a very dear friend now. But he's a man named Tavish. Give him this. And he'll reach inside of the other side of his robe and pull out a, looks like a little medallion, actually, on a leather cord with the symbol of the Cavern of Delight on it. Show him this. I mean, you hang on to that for good luck. Show him that, and he'll let you into his smack your leg, his special stock. You're a brewer, right?
Yes.
I could tell from the kit.
Oh, I think it's a brewer's kit.
Yeah, there's a lot of piping. It's pretty easy. So, I hope you enjoy it. As much as I've enjoyed this conversation and your company.
I will slide in their drink along the bar to him.
Let's get ripped. And then the next morning.
White Dragon.
It's time to go free. It's time to go to liberate.
Oh, Dragon.
I will keep sliding him drinks. I'm not necessarily drinking
Dragon
anything
Liberation
myself, but I'm eating a lot too.
Yeah, he'll start to fade after the fourth drink.
Yeah, I'm just like sliding like heavy like shots at
Basir, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
not
not.
picturing what
After my deep sea
Maybe
dive,
not
means
tonight,
that.
buddy.
It is a ritual of Basir to fall asleep in your wine, I'll have you know.
Ah.
It is the highest compliment you can pay a bartender is falling asleep in your drink.
Yeah.
Well, besides tipping heavily.
Tipping heavily and then falling asleep in your drink.
Honestly, that is how Basir's church goes. As like basically, you can give tie to the church itself. The church actually prefers you tip your bartenders well. Like a follower of Basir wants the bartenders to make money because they are de facto priests of Basir, even if they don't want to be. This religion just kind of came out of nowhere and established itself firmly, didn't it?
Yes,
Yep.
it did.
Yep. I told Amy that, like, after I was done deep sea diving, I was gonna have a nap.
I understand that all my food and drink is on the house at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
However, it does not cover tipping.
Girl's gonna
That's true.
eat.
All right.
I
So
will slide coins towards the bartender. I'm assuming he was pretty cool.
he was pretty cool. Yep, his name's Jarvis. No, his name is Reggie. His name is Reggie.
Reggie.
I was gonna say,
Reggie, my
can my name be Tony then?
I don't know. Are you that mule from before?
Sorry?
The one that was pulling the cart? Tony the mule. Or Tony the donkey.
Yeah, it was Tony the Donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you called the bartender Jarvis.
I messed up. But it's fine. I got your joke, and then I tried to reference the donkey. All right. So, you all wake up the next morning in various states of disarray and pleasure, and you are
Relatively well rested.
So you are going to wake up with the sound of a at your door. Are you done in there? We should be getting up.
Yeah.
Do both of you need water?
Yeah.
You'll hear the sound of a pot being set down outside. Basically like a pot of water. Or
A jug.
Yeah, a jug. Word.
Words are hard.
So there's a pewter jug of water left outside. All of you wake up in various states of...
Lead poisoning.
No, you can make it without lead now. It's made. I looked it up the other day because I was like, what the hell is pewter? Because I forgot it. So you can make it with tin and copper now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to skip ahead. You say your goodbyes. You pledge your elven devotion to each other of, like, hey, nice.
Nice.
Nice. It was very, very nice meeting you type of things. And head off. Xarder is sleeping in all day long. He is basically a vampire. He's unavailable.
It's probably the funniest, like farewell from Tia to... What's his name again?
Thorn.
I remember the bear murder, but never the Thorn part. Yeah, Thorn. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
And that's it.
Does anyone tell Zeno that Xarder was looking for him?
No, not until you guys are on the road, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, malleable.
I'm sad that you didn't ask the easy question.
What?
So who was better?
No, she doesn't care.
Okay. You care.
Yeah, but you're vain.
Yeah, I know, it's great. So we're going to skip ahead. You say your things and depart into the cold of the morning. And as you head out, you... Oh, that's you.
That was my chair, apparently. It decided to squeak.
So you wander out past the edge of town. And as you do, you can see a campfire set up as a couple of the caravan guards, well, the circus guards, just lazily sit around playing cards in front of the fireplace, or in front of the fire pit. There's various bits of rustling and noises coming from under those blanketed cages.
So we're sneaking, right?
Should we do stealth rolls?
I think so.
Because I'm going to cast a spell before we do that.
Oh, okay.
It is a pass without a trace, and
Nice.
this is handy because it works for all of my companions
Nice.
for an hour.
Nice.
So all of us get plus 10 to dexterity stealth checks and cannot be tracked by any means.
Plus 10?
Plus 10.
Yep.
So that means that Farah just got like a 32 or something like that because I rolled a 19.
So my stealth...
Oh, it's good.
I needed that.
That's going to be like a
17.
Yeah.
Whoa, jeez.
It's a 19 for me.
17 and
30.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
19?
You
Also-
still had disadvantage though.
Yeah, I know. I rolled that.
Okay.
That was a level 2.
I guess 20 then.
Okay, that beats their passive
I got
perception of
10.
12.
Oh, I would have beat them for that.
These are shitty guards.
Sweet.
How dark is it, Kelly?
It is pre-dawn. So you know that they say it's always brightest before the dawn. I think it's the other way. So it's nearly pitch black. The streets are illuminated by some lanterns that have been lit by the guard.
It
And
was also snowing, wasn't it?
it was snowing. The lanterns are built so that they can still glow in spite of the snow, and they're domed and cast their light down like street lamps would. And you make your way around the corner. Who here has dark vision?
90 feet.
We all do.
Okay, fantastic.
Level Farah.
Humans suck. She at least has low light. I think she has dark vision. I need to finish building the revised.
And mine's 90 feet, too.
Holy crap.
Dang,
Yeah, I get a
son.
bonus.
Dang.
All right, so I think we're all pretty energetic. I think we can go for a little while longer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Not too much.
Not too much longer, but I
Get
have
up and go back to work.
I know.
tomorrow.
I've got a good stopping place in mind, though. So crouched up on a rise, you can see that they're down an embankment in a nice area that's sheltered from the snow. They have a bunch of tarps and tents set up. It looks like a minor campground just on the edge of town. Definitely past the city limits, though. You pass under the archway that says "Leaving Steep Hollow."
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
Not that one.
I love
Leaving
that.
Steep Hollow. Come back again soon, please.
I don't think we'll be able to.
Probably not.
What do we do?
Is it windy right now?
Yeah, it is quite windy.
Shit. That
Mm.
I can't use my thing then.
But what did I just say about them? They're in a hollow.
Mm-hmm.
So down there, it's windy where you are. but
Okay.
down in they're basically like in a valley between like.
So they're protected.
Yeah, they're
How
protected.
big is it?
The valley area.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably about 30, 35 feet wide, and it's a tube of about probably about 40 feet. The wagons themselves only take out about half that though. They're in a circle toward the center of basically about a 30-foot circle.
Okay.
Can sneak up.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay,
can
can you
unlock.
do your stuff from a distance?
Yeah.
Okay, can you get it out? What if I dropped a fog cloud on it?
So long as I can see it.
Okay, so that's not going to work then.
How big is the fog cloud?
20 feet or bigger.
Why don't you just drop it on the guards?
Mm.
They're not near the back cage.
Okay. Sure.
We
Is
would
20 feet enough to cover?
the guards, yeah,
The guards
absolutely.
fully?
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you think you can get through the lock?
I can get through the locks, but we need someone to get through the face thing.
Oh, I've got stuff for that.
Oh, you have stuff.
I'll go with.
If you can get it over here,
If we can
I
get the
could
okay,
deal with
if
that.
we can
I've got
get the
stuff.
dragon just away from here, we can deal with the face.
You unlock it.
Yeah.
I'll go and talk to it. Unless you want to go
She can
talk to
talk
it.
to it too. Let's get it out, and
Let's go
we'll worry
together.
about that
Okay.
later.
Get it, bring it back out here. We'll get it away, and we'll get that thing off and let it go away from them, so
we
they
can't
can't
waste
recatch it.
time.
Mm-mm.
And it'd be better to be farther away.
What are you two going to do?
We'll be here as backup.
Trying to think if there's anything else I can do. I can I can do more distraction stuff if things happen.
And
Yeah.
I'll back you up in case if something goes wrong.
You stay back here,
I can help a little bit actually.
so we don't have too many people coming down there. You'll know if we need help.
Fireball.
Okay, I'll just sit here.
It's my other level 3 spell.
Why don't you?
Is what is level 3?
Was that? What's my other level 3 spell? I can't remember.
Why don't you
Fireball?
see if you can
Yeah.
find the guy who runs this?
Can you read the PHP?
And do what?
Okay. So with the fog
And
cloud,
Yeah.
I can
maybe
actually increase it
silently
It's
persuade
like area.
him to
Mhm.
not do this.
by using a
anymore.
higher spell slot. So I was thinking if you use a higher spell slot
I
Okay.
don't
and
think
center
I
it a
have
little ways away
that
from
sort
them,
of
so that it'll
ability.
go over them and it'll look more
Mhm.
natural that way.
That sounds fine.
That
So
sounds
it'll
kinda
look like for some reason some
magical
freak weather
doohickey
current
stuff.
caused
No, not
fog to
magical
happen.
doohickey
What
stuff.
dispels
And they'll
that?
just be like, okay,
Is
whatever.
Wind
Maybe
that
you
dispels
could-
that? Or
Yeah, well, it's fog, right? So
Persuade
wind will blow it out of
him
the way.
But if
to
it's in a-
change his
but if it's in a
ways
pit.
or
Taller.
face.
If you're saying there's no wind there, then it should be fine.
Yeah,
I'm just
there's
curious
not.
if I
It'll
can
take the
drop
tip
a-
off of it, but that's it.
if I can drop
Another
a sleep
dragon?
storm on it,
Coming to eat him.
just make it really messed up.
I think we're probably fine with just the fog for
Maybe.
now.
As long as we don't alert them.
So I'm going to drop it a little ways away so it creeps over them.
That
Okay.
might blow our cover if I can't persuade him, though.
That's true.
Mm,
Okay.
Hold
Let's
on one
just-
sec.
Let's get that dragon.
Here.
I want to try something.
But we know the name of this company.
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to cast a spell on you.
On who?
On you.
Oh,
So sorry, I'm just checking what this costs me. I believe it cost me 3. I only have 5. Shit. Oh, but that's only a level 2, so I can totally do that. Cool. Hold still, okay? So it's just the two of us going down there?
You want me to go down with you?
I just need to know before I cast this.
I think the two of you is enough anymore, and we risk being caught and noise.
We'll be quick.
I'll just back you up.
And she's going to put a hand on you and cast haste on both of us.
ooh.
So haste, our movement is doubled. We have +2 AC.
90 feet movement.
And she's got 60. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain additional action on each turn. It can only be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Okay.
That's when the spell ends. You can't move or take actions until after its next turn, as a wave of lethargy sweeps over you, and it lasts for up to a minute.
Okay.
So there you go. I've got that I can cast that on both of
Okay,
us.
so it looks like fog cloud. I don't have to roll anything. It just happens.
Okay. Fog rolls in over the land.
Alright, Farrah, let's do it.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll me stealth with advantage and plus 10. Okay, so I got a 25.
I don't think I'll need to roll again for that
Might
one.
as well.
1 sec.
13,
Doink. Invisibility.
18. Okay.
For both of
really?
you. Yeah.
So plus
So-
10
so-
plus your stealth.
So 28 plus 6.
Actually,
I think I might have passed.
can you cast that on multiple people?
If I use it as a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay, so as we start to sneak off, both of us vanish.
It'll last until you attack or cast something.
And seeing as it's pretty dark, I'm also not very visible to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're basically invisible.
Already.
And then you're doubly invisible.
Yes.
All right, so holy shit.
You're so...
Everybody, if you don't have inspiration, you do now, because this is actually like one of the best special ops groups that we've ever had.
Oh, yes.
Including the modern game of special ops.
Can I
I'm
have
just really-
inspiration?
Yay. I already had one.
No,
So
but I
sneak-
used mine up earlier.
That's fine. So
I decided on
sneaking
a
down,
silence.
so sneaking down, the two of us are going to be able to sneak down and make it to the last cage without a problem. Underneath, you can hear something move listlessly. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let's flip the... I'm on the left corner. Flip on the right. Because we can't see each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I bet you're all doing this all in Draconic so they wouldn't understand
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So you'll see the corner of the sheet begin to flip itself up. Just about halfway. And then in the darkness here and that you can see that the white shape underneath there. That scaly hide curled up on itself like a cat. And one slitted orange eye will slowly open and look directly at you and then slide off of you.
I will say in Draconic, we're here to rescue you.
In Draconic, which sounds very harsh, very like a barking Latinate. That kind of sound, that guttural.
Can it make those sounds with its muzzle?
It's going to be limited. I'm just double checking. Okay.
Maybe a bit muffled, but still.
It will say in Draconic back. Who are you?
A friend of a dragonborn.
Pharaoh of House Azal. We're here for you. But you have to trust us. We can get that thing off your mouth. But you have to be quiet. Make me a persuasion roll.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Would you get a roll 1?
I got a 5. And my
Inspiration,
persuasion-
you meant, right?
Oh god, I should probably spend that, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you spent it already. I heard you spend it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit better.
A 12.
Okay. Total with your charisma?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And I got a 24
Okay.
sorcerer's thing of charisma.
Yeah, that's true.
Until free. We don't want to fight. When the cage opens, go up that embankment to the left, over there by the lights, and keep low to the ground. There's a dwarf there who will help get that off of your face. Trick! No trick.
No trick.
Can I have brought some like beef jerky in my pouch or something so I can like give it little bits while I'm
Yeah.
trying to get it off? So
All
I
right.
don't bite my fingers.
So you're hanging back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying it before it happens.
Okay. You'll have to move quickly. So if I cast a spell, does that break?
It'll break the invisibility.
Okay. Farah, you will hear the crunch of snow. Actually, you won't, because of Pass Without a Trace,
Yeah, I'm trying
which means snow doesn't crunch.
Mm-hmm.
so
So
handy.
you will hear the barest sound of someone stepping back, and then we'll hear draconic words. And the locks on the cage and the chains will just... Because I can use Twin Spell on that motherfucker.
Nice.
I know, Twin Spell is the best meta magic feat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing I'm close enough to hear that, but does that make the other guards...
Actually, you know what? I'll make some...
Oh no.
Jesus.
Did you get double nat
I
20s?
double nat 20'd on perception rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Do they get disadvantage because they're in the fog cloud and fog
Oh
muffles?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, they
please
do. A 14 and a 16, though.
Mm.
Double nat 20s.
What was that?
I make
Can they?
Let's
I throw it over the fog.
make me a deception check.
13, 7, 20.
20?
Yeah.
That's probably that kid again.
Hmm.
Alright, you little shit, you're not getting my purse this time. You see him? He jumped off the wall like a freaking squirrel. Dude, I hate this place. Like hell I hate it. Too many yuppies. You ain't kidding, man. The gate for the White Dragon will shift open as it rises up and shakes off its chains. They will clatter with quite a loud sound. Do you do anything else, those of you who are nearby?
So we heard that too, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Like
These
very
chains
clearly?
are about as thick as a child's arm.
Okay.
They weren't kidding with this dragon.
Yeah. Can I drop a sleet storm on the guards?
Yes.
Trying to make sure there's no other third level spells I need.
Can you make them go to sleep?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
dang.
I
That's
can
all
either drop a lightning bolt on them,
No.
but I can't see them. So I think my sleet storm is the best option because it's from a range. It's a, yeah.
All right. So what does that do?
Yeah. Sleet storm. It is.
Oh, wait.
I
I might have a spell.
Wait, really?
Until the spell ends,
Are
freezing
you sure?
rain.
Because you're just a thief. Besides Hellish Rebuke, what else do you get? Is that for being a tiefling?
Oh, it might be. Yeah.
Darkness?
Until spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. The area is heavily obscured and exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground in the air is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain. Yeah.
All right. I would go ahead and cast that then.
And then it has a thing for falling prone if they fail.
Sounds great.
And
you know the area you'd like to place it on.
yeah, so
So
I don't
it's
think I need
so
to.
this is concentration.
yeah, so just as long as I'm paying attention to it.
No, is invisibility concentration as well? Because you can only have
but
one
they
concentration.
cast, right? But Farah cast something.
But Mike's still invisible.
Yeah, so I'm just double
You can
checking
only
it.
have one concentration at a time.
And I mean, I'm mostly invisible in the dark.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So
Yeah.
that was just a just in case to get you guys close. Did I just put it invisibility?
Yeah, you can totally cast that. So it's within 60 feet. Yeah.
Where the
You gonna do that?
How do I do that?
You just do it.
Ugh.
Invisibility.
It's just basic casting. So you basically point and it happens.
Where does it say constant? Okay.
Dragon.
Nope. It just they carry on until either the spell ends or
Does it do
the
them
target
damage?
attacks or casts a spell. It's for the invisibility. So
Okay.
that just stays.
All right. So both of you are going. So you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
They're not gonna know what hit them.
Nope.
No, they're definitely not, because as the chains crackle to the ground, both of them turn and go, "What the hell?" And then suddenly an ice storm is going to drop on them. And then from a pinpoint at the center of them, a blanket of inky darkness is going to erupt out from that. And you will hear in the mist and darkness and sleet storm the sound of, "Oh shit!" Okay, Christine.
And then I just go.
So you missed it. So there's a fog cloud.
Way to go.
Yeah.
They turned around at the sound of the chains falling down, only to get hit with a sleet storm and a darkness spell. So from this dark,
It
foggy
can't see
sleet
anything.
storm, you can hear muffled screaming and shouting as they fall on their ass as all of their lights are extinguished.
Yep. There's no
And they're
fire.
mostly human. I did say that before.
Mhm. So they have just.
Yeah, that's
there's,
where I had that ready.
they need to make.
Yep. So half
they
or
failed-
tieflings get that once a day. Nice, right?
So every turn. So if it starts on its turn in the area or enters it,
Like
they need to make a dexterity saving throw, or fall prone. So if it fails, it falls prone, and then it needs to. And if any of them are trying to cast a spell or anything, then they have to try and do a Constitution.
All right.
But,
So while
yeah.
they are falling, the dragon is going to shake, and you're going to see its tail lash out and smash through the bars. It's being able to stand up for the first time in quite a while. These things are quite strong, even in its infancy. It rears up, stretching, and you can hear the staccato of bones and ligaments cracking back into place. But
Oh, that sounds satisfying.
Ugh.
and just to give you a look, so white dragons are built like this.
Mm-hmm.
So the wormling itself,
That's cool. Looks like an albino.
yeah, they are vicious. So even in it's as strong as a very strong man, even in its young form. And it will start to plod through the snow. And you notice that it barely leaves a mark as well. This is its natural terrain. As it walks, its feet will dip into the snow, but its tail swishes behind it, elegantly tucking the snow back in.
Oh, ain't that pretty?
Farah will give it a bit of a berth and like move around, kind of waving like. The dragon will very carefully, and you're flanking, I'm guessing, invisibly.
Mm-hmm.
The dragon will climb the hill. As you can hear, the time is running out. As you are waiting around, a dragon the size, almost 15 feet from nose to tail will step up and look down at you with its bright orange eyes. Make me a nature roll. Regardless of if you have it or not. You could use perception as well.
I would prefer perception.
Please.
Is it just
19.
If you're right there, you can as well. So all three of you can then.
Okay.
19?
We're pretty close.
What was it?
Perception.
Oh,
Or nature?
Yep.
17.
17?
Was it nature or perception?
Either.
Oh, okay.
Different information based off of what you roll.
Perception's better for me. Barely.
Nature for me is better. Would put me at 21.
That's it.
So
That's a 10
you
or
would
something.
put this thing, it's like on the cusp of hitting its teenage years, its adolescence, you'd say.
Mm.
It's a if you-
Able to mate, but
not quite, almost.
quite.
It looks like she's just starting to mature.
Mm.
And you can see that like a molt has happened probably.
her first one.
Yeah, probably. And you can see though that there, would you get Amy?
I got a 10.
So you just see sadness.
Oh.
The wings are not, they're
Fully developed.
they're enough that it could probably fly, but you can see that they've had the wings bound to the body. And it's almost like foot binding.
So they're not
Like
exactly.
where it's, they've kind of, you think she'll fly, but you think that it's slightly deformed. You are going to notice the body is covered in, like, the scales have been stripped from scarring. You see the telltale mark of a barbed lash on the back. And there's significant scarring around, actually, well, you're not going to see that quite yet, but there's definitely dried scabbed blood along the muzzle. And you can see that
Would any of the old stuff be able to be healed via like a cure wounds or something?
it could probably use that right now, yeah. They probably keep it in a state. It's definitely kept in a state of partial wounding to keep it docile.
Okay. I'll pull out the toolkit, open it, and show it the things. Okay. And then reach, offer it a little bit of jerky, like a big strip of it.
Through the cage of its mouth, you'll see a tongue lash out. Pull it close, and as it exhales, you can see the jerky begin to crystallize with ice.
Yeah.
And then it'll chew it docilely.
I'll reach towards it with tools. And...
Okay, would you like to spend your inspiration on this?
Yes, please.
All right, go ahead and make me a. This is going to be a dexterity roll.
Dex is not great for me.
10.
But you have advantage.
Yeah, that was good because my next one was an one.
Well, you have a proficiency bonus with this, don't you? With tools.
I just asked if you, not that it's not official in the book.
I guess it's not a brewer's thing. So you start to work and strip it down. You make some good
I
progress.
was thinking filing it enough that I could get the clippers on and clip it much better.
So there are 6 screws holding it in place.
Okay.
The first and second will strip out. You'll manage to clip them away. Below, you can hear the sound of one guard yelling, "Get up! Come on! Hurry! Hurry! There's something wrong over there!"
Shit.
You can make me another roll. Would anybody like to give Christine advantage?
Winter's on it.
All right.
Ooh, I rolled an 18 that time. Let's see what the... 1 was the second roll, so the 18 is nice. That ends up being 19.
3 more.
Okay.
Just that last one. What are the rest of you doing?
I am I'm following it, facing the camp with my bow out.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward so that I can I'm between them and the camp, and just sort of readying something in case.
All right. And what are you doing?
I'm just holding my action until I see what happens.
Okay. And one more.
That's 8.
8. Would anybody like to spend their inspiration on Christine?
Yep, here, take it.
All right.
16.
All right. So all this is going to happen in short order. Looking back, Zeno sees at the edge of the darkness, one of the guards finishes rushing forward, a barbed crossbow in hand.
Have they all succeeded their dexterity?
He did,
rolls?
yeah.
God damn it!
He shouts backwards, the dragon's free!" And is going to erase the crossbow. All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay.
And he can't see me, actually.
He can't,
Yeah.
which means that you have advantage.
Okay. So on that note,
Cast Cure.
once I get it off, I touch it and cure wounds.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna cast
19.
it with the level 3
19 is
spell
going to be a
slot.
hit. Roll me damage.
And actually, I make 2 attacks.
Yes, you may.
Because of being a gloomstalker. An ambusher.
Nice.
And the second
23
one...
hit points.
23, that's fantastic.
Nice.
And I will hold up the rest of the jerky to it.
17 for the second one.
17 damage.
17 to hit for the second hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, so they both hit. And is it still within 24 hours of getting my bow done by Armory Girl?
Yeah.
Neat. So I need this. I need...
Holy crap.
Okay. I'm gonna recast the fog cloud, I think.
You don't need to. It's still up.
Yeah.
No, but I can recast
or
it
is it
huge.
Ooh.
Make it
really?
bigger.
Okay, so that is...
So hold on. You just cast heal.
Yes.
So I still have a couple of other actions that need to be done.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so that is 18, 28, that's 30.
30 damage?
Yep.
All right. So he runs out and fires a shot, which is going to...
Oh, wait. 32 because it's one of the heavy arrows.
That's true. Did you also add your bonus with... I believe you get a bonus for shooting to damage, don't you?
First, like shooting
Oh,
first.
wait, actually.
So 32 is more than his hit points, though. So
Yes.
He dead.
So he raises the crossbow.
Oh, I didn't take a minus. So yeah, 32.
He fires up a shot, and So it happens basically simultaneously. Actually, roll an initiative dice just so I know where you would be.
Oh. I guess we should all do it.
Nat one.
Now one. Okay. So
It's from me.
15.
So he rushes out, shouts, "The dragon's escaping!" Fires a bolt that's going to collide into the dragon's back. And as he does so, you're going to turn and fire, and just catch him in the throat. Your arrow is going to pass completely through his neck and out the other side, and he's going to and fall face down. Actually, he's going to collapse to his knees first. The dragon's going to rear up as you get that last clip off, and with a roar is going to snap the entire thing off. You are going to heal the 5 damage he just took, and it's going to roar and look around with those feral orange eyes, and is going to... You've never seen a dragon smile. I want to say this. Something about the mouth doesn't really lend itself to smiling. But there's a glee, a malevolence in its eyes as it looks at you, turns, and does a cone of 37 points of damage to the entire row of Circus people and into the darkness. And you can hear the sound of people screaming and then suddenly stomping as they are frozen to death.
Yeah, let's GTFO.
Yep, let's get out of here. I will tell...
Did that hit me? Because if I was... Or would I have been just out of the way?
This is down... No, it breathed this down into it. So 60 feet.
Okay. So I'm okay.
Yeah, you could have hit the deck.
I will tell the dragon, let's get out of here.
Run. Pharaoh will say in Draconic, so... Blas! The dragon will flap its deformed wings and will take to the sky.
We go.
Oh, we are out of here.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go down there to look for loot.
No.
I am out. We are out of here.
Thankfully, they will not be able to track us, sort of.
That's true.
Looks like the dragon escaped.
You flee into the darkness.
Looks for the arrow.
Rip it out and run.
It's doubly...
Yeah, basically.
Actually, the arrow will be lost thanks to that spell. You
Oh.
leave no trace of your presence.
True.
Oh, nice.
It gets lost. It may be found some years later. But, like...
Convenient.
Basically, it's going to bounce off the cliff.
It went right through the neck and out the back.
You flee through... You flee. Running along the hills along the Earth Scar. The trails are dense with snow, and you can see that the snowstorm has picked up. Can I get everyone to make me a survival roll?
Do
the dragon.
the snowshoes that we got...
The snowshoes will... they won't give you
I got a
advantage.
nat 1.
That's fine. That's 2 fails for winter.
Sorry, this was survival?
Survival.
21.
Where is survival on
It's
this?
under wisdom.
Oh, there it is.
You're a ranger. You should have this.
18, 19, 20, 21.
23 from me.
Okay. So...
And that one for you.
You no, because it's party based, not individual based.
Oh, good.
And so we have 1 fail, 2 fail, 3 fails.
Uh-oh.
1 win, 2 win, 3 wins, which half the party succeeded. So that means that you can drag us along.
Yes.
Oh, good.
We'll do so.
How was there 3 fails?
She rolled a nat 1, which counts as 2 fails.
Ah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm just the double.
On group checks, and nat 1 counts as 2.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I don't
rolled
like
a
the cold.
4, so
I don't like cold.
it's true.
Oh.
So
Bird.
we're almost there. So you travel for as long as you can, but the snowstorm is picking up in its ferocity.
I slow down. I can't go without me.
You're dragged along by your other party members, but you realize before long, Zeno, there's no way that you're going to be able to keep traveling this close to the Earth Scar. This is a suicide mission. You've made it almost 12 hours into the blizzard by this time. It's barely staying warm through your ingenuity, but the snow's coming down even worse, and in the sky above, as the snow falls, you can see the crackle of thunder and lightning. Up ahead, though, as midday reaches, and a little bit of light comes down through the blanket of white, you find a cave.
Ooh.
And after a few moments, you can quickly light a fire and thaw each other out. This cave is actually fairly spacious. It's about 30 feet in an oblong egg shape. And you can see that there are a couple of branching passages that lead off from it, but for now this seems safe enough. A cursory look shows that there's no spore, no tracks, no fur, no scales inside of here.
Did the dragon go off on its own?
It flew off on its own.
Bye.
And as you crouch around the fire, you feel the warmth begin to seep back into your bones. Thank you. Thank all of you.
You're welcome.
That was the right thing
That's
to
what
do.
friends do.
Friends. I'm sorry for the way I acted in Steep Hollow. With the yetis. I could have gotten us killed.
Just learn from it. Do better next time.
Why were you so surprised? That word meant something to you.
I knew someone named Friedher.
Friend? Kind of.
Can you give me an insight roll? Anybody here can give me an insight roll?
I would think so.
No.
That's a
Too cold.
18.
18?
from
22.
Damn. Yes, you will definitely get the sense that someone close. You think that you could probably press with a persuasion roll, or someone could.
I'm not gonna bother.
How old is the god with that name?
You don't know, actually. I don't think you... Did you make a knowledge religion roll on him?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think you did. So...
I don't think any of us recognize the name.
Yeah, it's pretty obscure. It's a really, really high DC.
Okay.
Yeah, all I got was... I don't know if this is...
But you think that you could press even without a persuasion roll? You think
Great
persuasion roll will just give you more information?
I will shift closer and just be like, you don't have to tell us.
Yeah. It's... If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
I am... If anybody wants to make that roll, go ahead. Just to be encouraging and friendly, you can make a persuasion roll.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I got a
This is not
6.
great.
Which is that a 19,
Oh.
Winter?
I failed. I got a 5.
No, was it 10?
I got a 6.
14.
Oh, hey.
We are not
What'd you
good
get?
at this.
Oh, really?
19 actually. Because I actually... Persuasion gets my proficiency bonus added to it.
Nice.
And that cancels out my negatives.
All
Nice.
right, so I'm going to give a circumstantial bonus too. So you're not going to get the top thing, but almost. And before, Frieda was he was the Lord of House Dovenor, a silver dragon. He and my brother Agus were friends. They were blood brothers. The last time I saw him, he was preparing for war. It was the last time I saw Agus either. I feel guilty. I didn't know your tongue when you found me. I haven't corrected you. But from the last day, I feel like I should. You keep calling me this word. And my tongue, it's... You keep saying dragonborn. I was born of the dragon. I don't know what that means to you. I'm not the kin of a dragon. I am a dragon. No call game there.
No.
Yep. All right. I think that's a good moment to call that.
I am a dragon.
Haha.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
dang.
considering the thing they said in the that they were trying to dig out a dragon from the amber, and I'm like, oh, I just accepted it was a dragon this whole time.
I thought
Yeah.
so. But why is she taking the form of a...
I don't know.
Times change.
Dang, son.
All right. So,
I don't know about
I mean-
dragons. Maybe they look humanoid sometimes.
No, they can as
Yep.
of the 5e setting.
yep. Silver dragons are particularly good at it.
Yeah.
But gold dragons also can shapeshift. Also, it may be something in this world's mythology that you'll catch up to. I'd also like to point out that she just said that she's a dragon, that that her brother was blood brothers with a silver dragon, and they were preparing for a war right before she went into Carbonite.
Yep.
So there's a lot of backstory that can still come up. So wop wop. All right, thank you.
I love this story.
Yes.
I'm actually surprised at how closely so far you're actually mirroring like actual canon 5e.
I'm taking a lot of the stuff, like the shape-shifting and things like that. Like what?
Cause
Things happen.
there's a war between giants and dragons in history.
Surprise!
I was just reading about it.
No
Neato.
spoilers.
I'm not taking that. There was definitely a time, and I think you're going to be really happy with it because I'm drawing a lot on 3 different mythologies that should not work together. I'm drawing a lot, particularly on Norse mythology, because I like the fatalism. It's depressing as hell. I'm also drawing a little bit on Celtic mythology because I did some more reading on Cuchulainn, and warp spasms are terrifying. And among other things. I'll tell you about those later. Basically, it's vicissitude, the power.
Oy. Oh.
Oh boy.
So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys had some fun. Did you guys have fun? Some fun tonight?
I
Yes.
had fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun with the role playing.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Fun with the role
Tonight
playing.
was a really good role play.
Yeah, well,
And with our little our special ops thing there.
that was
really
fun.
good.
Also, with my favorite enemy, dragons.
Oh
that
yeah.
worked out
Why do you think
well.
she was giving you so much space? She's like,
Yo.
oh shit, son.
She's like, oh shit, this is a dragon hunter.
Well, and like also, it's kind of funny. Like whenever we actually get serious to do something, we annihilate pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
32 damage on this lowly
Did you use your haste attack as well? I don't think you did.
Wait, what? There's a haste attack
Yeah,
in there
haste
too?
gives you a bonus attack.
So here's a fun thing. If we ever want to also, aside from Pass Without a Trace, like using silence and like casting it, if we can still do it on this one thing, Craig.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
from
it has an
point-
additional action!
Yeah, so
She can cast this twice a day.
sneaking past people who are asleep, cast silence. Because it totally deafens them and silences everything in that area.
Yep. Also, plus they have disadvantage on like a DC 20 roll to wake up.
Do they?
Wow.
In
Sleep,
silence?
waking from sleeping is really difficult to begin with.
So yeah, we can sneak past that way.
Yeah.
And then I also figured out, so in top of that and that and that,
Yeah.
locate object is hilarious
Yeah.
because I can give you something that I'm familiar with, like an object, like a ring or a pair of dice or something that I'm very close to. If I can give it to you and then cast like locate object, I can sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet from me.
Yeah.
If in
It's like a
motion,
GPS.
you can also know the direction of its movement.
What you need to get is in the Critical Role game, they have these earrings
I
of
have to.
telepathy.
As long as I've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I think this is a good point to wrap up for the night.
Good.
So thank you very much for tuning in. I know that Chris was in chat, so Chris, we'll be seeing you soon. And I look forward to building this world with you some more and having some more fun in 2 weeks when we meet up for the first part Potentially, because you guys could explore this cave and see what's here.
Hmm.
But hopefully, eventually, they'll get to Dog Run Bridge, which
We're getting there.
it's going to be a thing. It's
We're
gonna be
going caving.
We're going caving.
Yeah.
Spelunking.
Yeah.
And I touched a dragon.
You touched a dragon. You
And
helped,
didn't get eaten.
which is really rough because white dragons are dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I think the dog has more intelligence than the dragon.
Oh gosh.
Like, do you know what a white dragon wormling's intelligence score is?
Is it 4 or lower?
It's 5.
Okay, so
It's enough to speak. So it's basically like a 4-year-old kid being like, "I will eat you," and then they shot it. I will eat the jerky and then you. Keep it coming.
Yeah, and then they shot. Hey Kelly,
Yeah.
would a 15 have hit that guard?
A 15? Yeah, you would have shot him 3 times.
Okay, so yeah, that would have been 40 damage total.
Minimum,
Jesus.
yeah. All right, so that's a great time. Thank you so much for tuning into Dork Tales. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Amy, can you shut us off? Play us out.
I'm working on
Baby, my heart's on fire.
We did it.
You guys all got...